WCW Prime Wrestling. Hi, everyone. I'm Chris Cruz, along with... I just don't know who this is. Who are you, sir? What are you doing?
You know I'm Santa Claus. I parked my sled outside. I come all this way from the North Pole to be on Prime. Not only the best wrestling, but good cheer throughout the world. As Santa brings all them little kiddies presents. So you better watch out. You better not cry. Because Santa Claus will block you out. No, not really. I'm only kidding. Bottom line, I got my good reindeer here with me. Drove me this way. This is called Reindeer Spock. Reindeer Spock is here. And also the Reindeer Moo going to be this week. And I understand Dusty Rhodes is on he's in, how you say when he's doing?
Hiatus?
Yeah. He's in hiatus, but he's doing the work for me. But I'm here, Santa Claus. What a show we're going to have. So glad to be on Prime. I haven't seen a lot of wrestling on the North Pole unless it's me and Mrs. Claus. And some nights me and Mrs. Claus get to do... Well, anyway, it's going to be fun on the Prime.
All right, fans, now we take to the ring on this Starcade week on Prime.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Sonny Ono, representing Japan, Jushin Thunder Liger.
And what a representative he is, Santa Dream of New Japan Pro Wrestling. He this week to meet Chris Benoit, the Canadian crippler, at Starcade.
His opponent from Dallas, Texas, Sweet Brown Sugar.
Is it Sweet Brown Sugar or Skip Brown? We've heard it said both ways. Maybe he's going to skip town for Skip Brown.
No, I'll tell you what, Sweet Brown Sugar was in Florida in the late 70s. I've been around him a lot when he was a youngster, and I guarantee you, there was nobody any quicker, faster than him, whether he can get off the blocks here with Jushin Thunder Liger. Matter of fact, at one time he was the Florida heavyweight wrestling champion in 1977. Little history there, my friend.
Well, some great history nearly 20 years ago, and he still looks great. Jushin Thunder Liger dives from the top rope.
Well, he just got caught off guard there with outside kind of posing. And Jushin Thunder Liger, Sonny Bono's man, dove out there. You know, the American Dream Dusty Rhodes was telling me about him. Santa Claus here, Christmas, right here on us, and presents galore. I got a little horse in my throat last night, before I left in my sled. Miss Claus made me some eggnog, and I think she put some in it.
Santa Dream, I beg your pardon. Now the whip. Sweet Brown Sugar, Sweet Sugar Brown. Up, and what a beautiful dive. And Liger rolls over. He goes for it. One. No, just a cover. That's all he's got.
Well, this is the man right here, Sweet Brown Sugar, that beats some big opponents and can really, I don't know if he's in the shape that he was before, but I guarantee you right now, Jushin Thunder Liger just step out of the way and drop kick.
I suppose that's a way of using your opponent's strength against that very opponent. And Liger, look at his strength. And he dropped. Oh, no.
Here he goes up top, right off the chimney.
And he's using a move, I think, he's going to try that Chris Benoit uses. Yes! What a signal he's sending to Benoit the week of Starcade 1, 2, and 3.
Well, I tell you what, this is a big break for me around the holidays here and being able to see something like this, because I love WCW. But I guarantee I know Dusty Rhodes is out there somewhere, and he sees Jushin Thunder Liger's head out there in the woods somewhere. He'd have him a 3-point bump. That's old Sonny Bono.
3-point bump.
Well, look at his antlers.
They're not antlers. Well, maybe they are antlers. All right, Santa Dream, let's take another look at this.
Well, he catch him in the leg there, but caught one right up flush on the chin. Off the top, stabbed him with one of these horns. And Sweet Brown Sugar is down and out for the count, and no hold for him.
On this Starcade week, we will have the one-man gang coming up in a moment here on the Prime.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard from the Road Warriors. They are some tag team.
It looked like about a 500-pound or better tag team there, David. Not an ounce of fat on them neither. We always talk about the great conditioning of a Steamboat and Youngblood. Here's two men much bigger, and they look like they're in great condition.
You know they're in condition. All right, Mark Youngblood's in the ring right now.
Right, another great young star in the mix. A young lion, David,
yes,
right there. You got to tag Mark Youngblood with that name. He's in there. He's got a partner in Rufus R. Jones, who's been around a long time, can teach him a lot.
That's right.
Can teach him a lot of experience. Steamboat and Jay Youngblood have worked extensively with the Mark, and he's really maturing.
Yes. Yeah, John, as I well know, that Ricky Steamboat, when he first came into the area, he was wrestling a lot with you as y'all were partners, and you helped him. You know, when you're one of the young lions, you have a tendency to jump before you think. And Rufus right now can keep Mark calm now. All right, Rufus now. Rolling that freight train.
When you're a young lion, David, you get a little over anxious. You want things to go quickly for you. Sometimes they don't. That doesn't happen. Also, Steamboat and myself worked with Jay a lot when he first started. Look what happened there. Him and Steamboat 5 times world tag team champions. And of course, Mark is getting a lot of that experience from a lot of fellows who are helping him now. And I just see a great star being built in the future right here. The future may be right around the corner for the youngster. He's really good.
Yes, he is. If he can just hold on and mature fast enough, he will definitely be one of the greatest wrestlers ever. He'll follow his brother, Ricky Steamboat. All right, Jay. Excuse me, Mark. Yeah, they look so much alike, you forget. All right, now this is wisely. Mark didn't run in. He didn't rush in. He was thinking. He was thinking. He made a mistake, and he backed up, started thinking.
Start over. Get your head straight. Run in and make a costly mistake. If they're going to get the advantage, make them take it. Don't give it to them.
That's right.
They do have the advantage right now. Terry Gibbs stomping at that arm, opening up the attack. And he gets hit with a hard chop. And this man's got a good chop.
There he gets rams Mark head into the turnbuckle. Takes him into the knee now.
And there's a block that he can't get away from that corner. They have him maneuvered over into their side of the ring. Gary Royal delivers an elbow that drops Mark to the canvas. Rufus R. Jones patiently waiting in that corner. He's ready to unload on this team of Royal and Gibbs. The crowd getting behind him, and that's what I like to hear. Yeah. Give these youngsters, these young lions, give them their support. Let them know that you're out there. There's no way in the world you can evaluate how much the crowd behind you helps you in that ring.
It definitely does. In any sport, it does. All right, hip toss by Mark Youngblood. Another arm drag. Holds on that arm bar. Keeps Royal. Royal tries to come up, pulls the hair. Makes the tag now. This is good teamwork.
And they drop down on the arm, still have Mark in trouble. Now right there, just a little thing that'll come to him within probably the next few weeks. When he made a fine counter, he could have took him over to Rufus.
Yes. Because Rufus is out there, he's rested, John. Right. And you know he's ready to go.
You won't have him have.
He switched now, John. He switched on Gibbs quickly. Now this young man, he's got experience too.
Oh, Terry Gibbs been around a long time. He's a wise veteran in that ring. Look at that. Block him so he can't get away. Don't have a chance for that couple seconds that you got to tag and make the switch there. Don't let him get away. They sense they have the upper hand, and they're going to open up. And Tommy Young steps in there quickly. But from the outside, it's Gibbs.
All right, Royal now again takes Mark Young to snap mare. Drops that knee across the chest. Goes for the pin.
Mark comes out.
Not tight enough.
Too much desire, Mark Youngblood, to be able to pin him like this. Here is neck breaker by Terry Gibbs. He applauds himself for a great move. It was, but I don't know if he'll be applauding before this match is over. Remember, we haven't seen Rufus in there now. And here they tie him up in the corner.
Drops that elbow across. All right, now he should have tried to pin him faster than that, because that gave Mark time to recuperate, kick out.
Very slow on the pin there, and then he thought to hook the leg. Time he did that, Mark was able to escape. Not able to hit it. There's a shot, a real good shot of Rufus in that corner, wanting to be in the middle of it.
Right. They see Rufus. He wants him to go. He wants. That's right. He's trying to get him psyched up. Like you said, the fans have a lot to do.
Well, we've had
quite psych this young man up.
Quite an action program, David. A lot of things are brewing. The Boogie Woogie Man, of course, with Paul Jones. That was some serious assassins toward Jimmy Bond. Here's the tag mate. And it's Rufus R. Freight Train Jones on the attack. There he Gibbs tossed across the ring. Rufus doing some stomping of his own. Gibbs quickly runs to his corner. And Gangrel runs into two African suplos.
Here comes the freight train. That's right, he's rolling. Knocks him down.
He's got the freight train moving.
Runs right over him again. Now he tags Mark Youngblood. Youngblood comes in. He's up.
Double chop off the top turnbuckle. Hold on, Ricky Steamboat. We got winners, Mark Youngblood and Rufus R. Freight Train Jones. There you see Mark on that top turnbuckle. That high chop off the top turnbuckle. Mark Youngblood, Rufus R. Freight Train Jones.
Two ago, I thought I'd take
BWO! BWO! BWO!
Oh,
Hey, sorry.
Christmas without you, I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree.
Feliz Navidad to all our PWOites for buying our t-shirt.
Thank you. Gracias.
New York City, man. Let's go check out the tree.
Oh, the tree's cool. Very cool.
Oh! BWO! 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 Shut up!
That's what you get for not getting me that toy train when I was 9.
With your Christmas of white.
Jose Luis Rivera from Puerto Rico. Mr. Rivera at 233 pounds. He's ready to lock up with his opponent, 221-pounder Jugan, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Referee is not ready to begin the match as they prepare to lock up. Here we go. Jugan with the head scissor. Rivera, young man has been wrestling about a year and a half. I think you brought out a couple of weeks ago, Pat. Trying to make a name for himself. Tough thing to do in the world of pro wrestling. Real tough.
Very, very tough. And you've got to stick with it. You've got to take the punishment. And you got to go with it. And after a while, you'll find out if you either have it or you don't have it.
And more often than not, you'll find out the hard way whether or not you have it or you don't.
There's only way to find out, Vince.
That is the hard way, right?
There's only one way. It's the hard way. There's so many wrestlers out there that's trying to hurt you, trying to beat you, trying to humiliate you. It's the only way to go. It's the hard way.
Well, you've often said, Pat, that
as far as the teacher is concerned, that is the best teacher, the Hardway. It certainly is. Jugan, hugging the bottom rope. Scheduled up next, ladies and gentlemen, Victory Corner. It should be an outstanding Victory Corner, but the guest, Freddie Blassie in the Iron Sheik, whom we will see in action later on this week.
I really believe that Fred Blassie is hypnotized.
The Iron Sheik?
No, I mean, the Iron Sheik has hypnotized Fred Blassie.
Really? Nice move on the part of Rivera. In what respect, that? In what respect?
Well, money-wise.
Oh, nice. Over by Rivera.
Beautiful fine drop kick. I mean, money-wise, apparently the Sheik has a lot of money and owns a lot of oil fields in Iran and has offered a great deal of money to Mr. Blassie if he would manage him to the championship. So, Mr. Blassie, we all know how much he loves money more than anything else in the world.
Well, Mr. Blassie, perhaps second only to one thing Mr. Blassie has stated on many occasions, that the one thing he desires more than life itself is to own the World Wrestling Federation Championship. Perhaps even more than money, Mr. Blassie would like to have the title. Of course, many of you will recall as great a career as Freddie Blassie had as a pro wrestler, and none had any greater, hardly. The one title that eluded him was the World Wrestling Federation Championship, and he is yet to manage a wrestler to hold that distinction. Nice maneuver, very nicely done. Rivera with a very nice maneuver. Capacity Brown appreciating the talent of Jose Luis Rivera. On his way back to the dressing room, but for the victory under his belt. In a moment, ladies and gentlemen, we shall like to take you to Victory Corner. There we go. We'd like to state the views expressed in Victory Corner, those of its associate publisher, Robert DeBoard, and Victory Magazine. So with that in mind now, we take you to Victory Corner.
Thank you very much, and welcome to Victory Corner. This week's special guest is the Ayatollah Blassie and his protege, the Iron Sheik. Ayatollah, 1984 is fast approaching. What's on your mind?
What's on my mind? More diamonds, more jewelry that the next World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, the Iron Sheik, will give to me. And as I've said this many, many, many times, I want that title more than even life itself. And I know, as we turn that corner, I finally found the Hope Diamond in the Iron Sheik. This man is without a doubt the greatest wrestler in the world today, and he will make my prophecy come true. I know I will be handling the next World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion.
Can we take that as a resolution for the new year?
You can take that whatever you want, a resolution, dissolution, anything. All I said before, I'm going to be wearing more diamonds, more jewelry, more gold. Because standing beside me, I've got the diamond mine and the gold mine.
And oil.
And oil. I guarantee you, this is the oil well, the Iron Sheik, next World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. Just mark that thing down. Mark it down.
1984.
1984 is the year for Blassie.
Thank you very much. Back to ringside.
Welcome to In This Corner, featuring Larry Zbyszko. I'm Larry Nelson. I hope that each and every one of you had a tremendous Christmas season. Our guest this week, none other than Big Scott Hall, 6'9", about 290 pounds, an amazing wrestler, fairly new to the AWA, but making his mark, not only as a singles wrestler, but in tag team competition with Kurt Hennig, an amazing athlete,
Well, you know, Scott Hall, yeah, he's very big, he's very impressive, you know, he's obviously very strong, but the man needs some guidance, Larry. The man, you know, obviously has gotten to with Greg Gagne is trying to use him and hide behind him. Kurt Hennig is trying to manipulate him. I think what the man needs is just a little bit of guidance. We're going to bring him out. We're going to bring him out here. Maybe we're going to try to delve into the man's mind and see underneath the big muscles what the man is really made of.
And I'm sure you consider yourself the best person, of course, to offer that guidance?
Yes,
Would I be
am.
wrong in assuming that?
I am the best person to offer any guidance.
Let's take a special look at Big Scott Hall. That piece that gives you a wonderful look at the talents of Big Scott Hall. Scott, welcome to In This Corner.
Thank you, guys.
You are becoming quite a presence, an absolute force in the AWA, and one wonders what your most immediate goal might be. Now, you and Curt Hennig have been great as a tag team. In fact, after the win over Garvin and Regal, you have probably moved to the top of the list as far as challengers for the tag team championship. Is that the immediate goal, or the world's championship? Is that foremost on your mind?
Well, Larry, certainly I feel anyone who ever has pulled on a pair of tights and laced up some wrestling boots, you know, their goal is obviously to be the world champion. I think if it's not, you know, they don't belong in the sport. I know mine certainly is. But I feel I have to prove to the fans and to the promoters and to the other wrestlers that I'm a legitimate contender for the world championship. And I feel that Curt Hennig and myself really did a good job of that, and I think that maybe after we win those world belts, the tag team championships, that maybe I'll be in line for a title shot at the heavyweight championship of the world.
Or perhaps the America's crown, formerly held by Mr. Zbyszko.
Well, you know, I hate to be a bearer of bad news, but what you have to realize, you know, it's nice to have dreams, and it's nice to go in there with ideas of winning championships and you know, moving to the top of the ladder and being the best in your chosen profession. But what you have to understand is you're dealing with Greg Gagne. I know he's talking to you. And you're dealing with Curt Hennig. And you have to understand that Curt Hennig is hiding behind you and using you because his father, you know, is retired now, and Kurt's lost. Same with Greg Gagne. His daddy retired and he's lost. You can't let yourself be used like a dummy. What you need, Scott, is someone with the ultimate experience, someone with the ultimate knowledge. You need to come to someone like me with a lot of humbleness and respect and ask for advice and guidance. You know, you come out here and you got these dreams, but you're not doing the right thing because you're not showing all that respect due to someone like me, and to find out everything there is to know, because there's a lot more to know in professional wrestling than just being big and strong.
You want to give guidance to Scott Hall?
Well, no one asked me for guidance. I'm just saying that's what someone like you needs, is an institution, a legend sort of figure like myself.
Let's
not
let
a
Mr.
Curt
Hall respond.
Hennig and a Greg Gagne.
Well, I hate to come on Larry's show here and disagree with him in front of the whole country, and, you know, I appreciate your offer, but I think things are going pretty well for myself as a single wrestler, and Curt Hennig and myself have proved ourselves to be a pretty tough team. We beat the tag champions in a non-title match, And he's up here knocking Kurt Hennig. I happen to believe that he's a super partner for me inside the ring and out. You know, the man has really gone out of his way to welcome me to the AWA. He's really gone out of his way to give you a lot of ideas he can't back up. And I'm probably, him and Greg are both standing in some room right now talking about something, calling their daddies on the phone, trying to figure out how to use you. And number one, I did not offer any help. You have to, like, come to beg me, because I've been in this for 12 glorious years. You know, if you think I'm being funny, then let's just forget the whole subject of trying to enlighten someone. Let's get to another point. How does it feel going through life being a freak? I beg your pardon? I mean, you know, 6'9", 290 pounds. It's a freak. People aren't that big. So, you know, forget the wrestling. Let's talk about how is it psychologically going through life, everybody's staring at you like you're a freak show, like you're something from the carnival. Well,
let's try to keep it professional.
I've never really encountered that, you know, throughout my life. And certainly in professional wrestling, you know, being a big man is nothing new to professional wrestling. Maybe you're the one who's the freak in professional wrestling, Larry. You seem to be the one who doesn't fit in.
You know, I don't have to take this stuff. Let me tell you something. I've been in this for 12 glorious years, and I've achieved
well, maybe it's time to
Scott,
step aside.
That you've never achieved, and you may never achieve what you said.
12 years is a long
Big
time.
Scott Hall, our special
guest
on In This Corner. We'll be right back.
I want him as a guest on my show again.
A match truly of worldwide proportions will finish us off here on Worldwide this week as Silver King makes his way to the ring.
International implications in this worldwide exclusive featuring El Rey Loco, the king of the crazy, Silver King from Mexico City against the well-respected IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion of New Japan Pro Wrestling, the legendary masked Jushin Thunder Liger.
Do you know how much heat you get with Larry Zbyszko when you call anybody else legend?
I get a lot of heat. But Larry doesn't work here anymore, so I guess it doesn't matter.
That's a good point. The legendary Jushin Thunder Liger.
Wait a minute, you just said it.
Well, he's not here. Should have thought about that before he poor-mouthed the powers that be.
Boy, I noticed that you certainly go out of your way not to poor-mouth the PTB.
Well, I'm not exactly on their Christmas card list, but I'm not stupid enough to put my career in jeopardy.
Really? I heard they sent you that big fruit basket.
Well, they did. Didn't you get yours?
No, I'm still waiting.
Oh, sorry I said anything.
They'll probably send it to me for New Year's, don't you think?
Maybe Christmas next year. Liger into the rope. Shoulder block. Does not rock. Oh! Standing back kick in the chest, I was going to say. Low center of gravity on Silver King. The block from Liger didn't drop it. Step over by King. Leapfrog, baseball slide escape. King misses with a wild clothesline. Liger. Oh! Spinning leg whip. Down goes Liger.
And of course, Jushin Liger recently regaining the IWGP Junior title. As you see Silver King go for a quick cover and gets a 2 count on the champ.
Liger lost the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title to Juventud Guerrera. A tainted victory, to be sure.
Tainted? He hit him with a tequila bottle.
Well, what do you call that if it's not tainted? I don't know if it was tainted tequila, if you pardon the expression. But he won it the next week. Juventud Guerrera, broken elbow in the match with Liger. Power of attorney given to Psychosis. Psychosis came up short. Liger regains the Junior Heavyweight Championship of the International Wrestling Grand Prix.
Well, you're right. Bottom line, the belt is back where it belongs, around the waist of Liger. Great move by Silver King, but when he turned around, Liger was prepared. Caught him with a drop kick. Silver King to the floor and Liger to the top.
Talk about high risk.
Oh! That is a move that was very similar to the one that broke the arm of Juventud Guerrera. That cross body block, that big flying plancha off the top by Liger as he crashed into Silver King.
He wiped out Silver King on the floor. But Liger, when you crash into a man like Silver King, who is rock solid, knocked Liger in the next week too, but Liger first up, back in the ring. Silver King slowly back to the ring apron. Liger cuts him off, though. Silver King shoulder block.
Obviously, you would expect that Jushin Thunder Liger will be the man that will use the high-risk aerial move, but Silver King, as well, is not afraid to go to the top, went for the senton, did not connect with the backsplash.
The pool was empty. Jushin Liger will take advantage. Inverted surfboard. Silver King trying to fight his way out of it. Hangs onto the rope.
He rocked back. Can he get all this weight of Silver King up in the air? That's the question.
Don't you think Billy Silverman could have broken up this maneuver when Silver King grabbed the rope?
Up into the air. And look at Silverman. Instead, now counting the shoulders of Liger and a 2 count.
Wait a minute. Silverman, Silver King? You think there's some sort of...
Wait a minute. You're not implying that there may be some kind of
I'm just guessing. I'm just commentating. Liger shoots King into the rope. Oh, man. Big knee lift right in the face.
Surprise mistake by Liger that time, telegraphing the back body drop, leaving the opening for Silver King, and he took advantage.
Jushin Liger staggered back into the corner by Silver King. King, oh, what a forearm. Looked like King may have been thinking about the knife-edge chop. Would not have as much impact because of the ring attire of Liger. Oh! King hard into that middle turnbuckle. Liger with an elbow drop.
Well, that time the quickness came into play. Hook of the leg, shoulders down, and... Well, that time he saw that there was contact made by Silver King with the ropes.
And Silverman called for the break. Knife-edge chop by Liger. Such a massive chest on Silver King. Takes a lot of chops to bring him down. Drop, under the rope. That's nasty.
Oh, what impact. The collision with those steel cables. You call them ropes. But Liger went chest first into the middle rope and scooping a slam now by Silver King. Quickly up to the middle.
Double springboard. Oh, no, Liger out of the way. Silver King hit hard. Jushin Liger may smell victory here. Takes Silver King into the corner. Oh, tornado DDT.
Oh, he just spiked him, dropped him on his head.
Lateral press. Liger, no.
Did Billy Silverman lose a shoe?
I guess so. Into the rope. Oh, no. Silver King, the veteran. Hanging on. Liger hit hard out of the drop kick attempt. King backs him up. No, reversal. Silver King into the ropes. Liger waits on him up top. Oh, short power bomb. Single leg cradle. Is this going to do it? No. Silver King, both shoulders up with authority at 2.
Wow, on the verge of victory, Jushin Thunder Liger appeared to have Silver King put away. Another high impact move upcoming. Float over. Great agility, great balance by Silver King.
Roll through, double leg cradle. Liger got it. Jushin Liger is your winner. We'll be back in the studio when we return to WCW Worldwide.
Hi, it's Divalicious Cameron Lynn here. Hey. What's up? I'm Raquel Diaz. Hola, me llamo Idris. Kaylee Turner here. General Manager Maxine. Audrey Marie. Speaking. Oksana. And I'm Leah West. And we want to wish you happy holidays and a happy new year.
Next contest, it is a tag team match scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my left from Puerto Rico at a combined weight of 460 pounds, here are the Invaders. And their opponents in the corner to my right from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 235 pounds, here is Bill Williams. And his partner from Santo Domingo, weighing 240 pounds, it is Israel Matia.
Israel Matia looking on along with his tag team partner through the eyes of the Invaders. Capacity crowd here certainly has enjoyed the action thus far this week on Championship Wrestling. The action continuing.
This is a commercial break. The Nassau Coliseum for World Wrestling Federation action on Friday night, January the 6th. And the entire Long Island wrestling community, no doubt, buzzing with the promise of the 18-man over-the-top rope battle royal with a $15,000 prize awarded to the winner. The entrants include the Invader, the Samoans, Mr. USA Tony Atlas, all gunning for the money, and the great payday, possibly, with the battle royal at the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island, January 6th.
referee explaining a few things to Israel Matia. Drops the knee into the midsection of Invader number 1. A moment ago. Continuing with his attack now. Setting him up for a spin. Out in front now, the Invader, and Matia for the ride. Back out over the hip. Nicely done. The Invader up with a head scissor, and down goes Matia. These Invaders lightning-like quick, and they will take a chance. No doubt of that. Again, the head scissor. Drop kick. Matia decides to visit some of the fans about ringside. Anything but what was going on in the ring.
He's doing better outside than he's doing inside.
Paul Celio from New York asked a question this week of, well, he'd like to know how many pounds Tony Atlas, co-holder of the tag team title, can lift over his head.
That's a good question. He lifts some of these wrestlers are really heavy. Some of them well over 300 pounds. So
Atlas, with balanced barbells, of course, Atlas can lift over in excess of the 400-pound mark, which is in and of itself, those of you who are lifters know that is quite a feat. How much over 400, I'm not too sure, but I've seen him do 400 myself in the gym.
Well, he's powerful. You just mentioned with the balance barbell.
Over 500, by the way, on the bench press. But
oh yeah.
But over 400 in the military press, and that is an incredible feat.
You got to have a strong back.
Strong everything. Atlas and Johnson, tag team champions. By the way, next week, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of tag team champions, 3-time tag team title holders, Alpha and Sika, scheduled to join us next week. And their opponents, no less than Special Delivery Jones and Tony Gurria. That should be quite a matchup.
It should be a very exciting match, and I'm wondering if the Samoans are going to be a little different now they are ex-champion.
Pat, I would suspect, it's all supposition, of course, until we see them next week, but I would suspect that, if anything, they're going to be, if possible, even more aggressive than they were as tag team champions.
I would feel that. I really would say that, because they want to get those belts again.
That a combination like the Samoans would do anything different. Nice maneuver by Invader number 2, spinning around now, the toe hold. Break in the face, however. Tell ya, Matia has done all right with his tag team partner Bill Williams.
Yes. Oh.
No problem with that. Matia threw Invader number 1 outside, but he landed right on his feet, actually. Oh, my! That'll be a broken forearm for sure. Matia going for the Invader. Matia tagging out now. Smart thing to do. And Invader 1 tagging out as well. Invader number 2 in there at the moment against Bill Williams from Detroit, Michigan. Uses the back door. Tags his partner. Over the top rope. Forearm smash to the chest area. Another one.
They sure do a lot of tags.
Uh-oh, what's this now? Oh, we've seen, oh, my! As you said before, the Invaders get away with an awful lot. The Invaders victorious here. As we stated before, next week, not only are we looking forward to the tag team matchup with Alpha and Sika on hand, 101 competition, Tito Santana. Let's go now to the slow-mo. We'll show you what happened here with Williams, but at the same time, invite you to join us next week when we'll see Santana against Iron Mike Sharp. The challenge has been accepted, readily accepted by Santana. as was noted earlier on in the Pat Patterson interview. For the benefit of those of you who would like to drop us a line, we gave you an address earlier on. Indeed, we invite you to write to Wrestling, P.O. Box 1538, Greenwich, Connecticut, 06836. Still more pro wrestling action headed your...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, of course, Uptown D'Lo Brown, a member of the Gangstas Posse. Trying to break out of his own here, and I'm sure he's got a lot of schooling, a lot of preparation from New Jack and Mustafa Saeed.
You'd like to say wrestling training, but I don't think that would be the case. More like just back alley training. Of course, this is primetime Bryan Lee, the current TV champion, coming to the ring, Jim, and this will be his third time with that title. He's got 2 more to go home with the big $5 grand.
And ladies and gentlemen, introducing the champ, weighing 290 pounds from Orlando, Florida, primetime Bryan Lee.
Primetime Bryan Lee gets a good... Oh, look out from behind, D'Lo Brown. He jumped him right there from the outset. Irish whips into the ropes, far side, caught with a clothesline, and down goes primetime Bryan Lee. Hard headbutt right to the chest there. And D'Lo Brown, he wants that money, he wants that championship. Can you imagine if the Gangstas control the television title and the Smoky Mountain Tag titles, what a place this would be?
It'd be tough to live with those guys. You know, D'Lo, the way he opened this without us realize he's spotting Bryan, and he's showing right here a little experience in wrestling knowledge. He's trying to make up for it, but Bryan is back in this thing offensively now.
Primetime Bryan Lee's got an edge and experience, as my colleague Les Thatcher documented. There's a nice suplex. Good. I tell you what, if the Gangstas and that guy were running to play this place, I believe I might apply for that job at the Weather Channel. They would not be nice people to work for. They do not have good attitudes. They are unscrupulous people. And speaking of unscrupulous, I'll tell you something. I'm still thinking back. There's a choke there.
Jimmy.
Perhaps the most unscrupulous person here this week that I've seen thus far is Nature Boy Buddy Landell.
Yes, I would agree with that. I want to correct you on your grammar. It's not attitude when you're with the Gangsters. It's a tude.
Oh, okay.
You got a tude, brother.
Well, you know, no hokey. I got to catch up on the times, I suppose. Primetime Bryan Lee at 6'7", about 290. Great agility. Outstanding athlete. Hard kick right to the head. Almost took his head there, did Primetime Bryan Lee. And don't forget, still to come, if you just joined us, or if you've been out of the country, Jim Cornette will manage the Rock and Roll Express at Christmas Chaos, and we will see them together right here on this program later here today.
A practice run, if you will, in preparation.
See if their strategy is together, if they're on the proverbial same page as these college football coaches are trying to get their teams set for the bowl games coming up. The major bowl games is just about a week away. Primetime Bryan Lee up on that second rope, and look at him up to the top. Went for that knee drop, and he saw D'Lo Brown moving. I think he tried to make an adjustment.
Couldn't quite do it. D'Lo coming right back and looped that right hand in there, Jim. And this big man has got some power behind him.
Is he going for a moonsault? Who does he think he is, Vader? Nobody home! Nobody there. Primetime Bryan Lee get a full head of steam. Hard crossbody right across there. 1, 2, and 3. It's over.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and still Beat the Champ TV title holder, Primetime Bryan Lee.
Well, D'Lo Brown went for everything. He put everything on one big offensive move, Les, and it did not pay off. But I'll tell you, if he had hit the moonsault, we would have a new champion right now, as I'm sure our videotape's going to prove.
Yes, sir, he did. He went from that top rope. As Jim says, he put it all on the line, but he missed completely. And watch, the champ, Primetime, nails him with the elbow, hooks the leg, gets the 3 count, and Primetime Bryan Lee puts away Uptown D'Lo Brown.
I'm going to talk to Cactus Jack in Primetime in a moment, but let's take you back to last week. Here's what happened when Cactus Jack met Boo Bradley. Cactus Jack now back up on his feet. Bradley and Cactus out on the floor. The referee is still down and motionless. Cammy Fish was screaming moments ago at Boo Bradley to put Cactus Jack away, taunting him with that kitten, and now she's up on the apron. Look here. Cactus, he's going to give the cat back. He's going to give it back to Boo Bradley.
Whoa.
Oh, Bradley must have thought Cactus was going to harm the little kitten.
Bradley
he was
now
going
like
to give it back to him.
look at him. Bradley like a crazy man now. But Cactus firing back, and we've got a battle on our hands, Jim.
Referee back up. He's exercising his count here. I think Cactus is going to let the cat out of the bag.
Yes.
They're fighting on the outside here. They better get back to the ring, and this one's going to be a count out.
There it is.
There is no winner.
You know, Cactus and Primetime Bryan Lee, this is the last opportunity we'll have to talk before tonight's big event in Knoxville. With Falls Count Anywhere, it may be the last time we talk, period.
It may be, Jim Ross, but you're being a little bit pessimistic because remember what I am. I'm the man that took the Falls Count Anywhere match and made it into an art form. Did you see Bryan Lee out there rejuvenated? Yes! But we've got to realize, Bryan, that this is no ordinary match on the Christmas Chaos Tour, which is fine with us because we are no ordinary men! It's like a playground. But even so, Jim, even in my mind, you got to be realistic because the body count runs awfully high in a match where anything goes, where Falls Count Anywhere. But luck is in our corner because Boo Bradley, the man who won't see the light, because Chris Candido, we have nothing left to lose. At one time, Bryan Lee was a very good-looking young man. He ain't no more. At one time, Cactus Jack was borderline human being looking. Well, I ain't no more. So, Boo Bradley, what are you going to do? Kick out my teeth? Someone beat you to it. What are you going to do? Rip off this ear? Someone beat you to it. But you boys have everything to lose. Your careers, your jobs, and if fate be that way at Christmas Chaos, your very lives, because you're taking them into your filthy hands when you try to work him. Falls Count Anywhere. When you try to fight me, Falls Count Anywhere, which means if I see a chair, I'll use it. If I see a table, I'll use it. Steel chairs and trash cans and hard wooden tables. Landing on concrete as long as I'm able. Hitting with forearms and things that sting. These are a few of my favorite things. Bang, bang!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is tonight in Knoxville, and here's more on the Smoky Mountain Hotline. Hi, everybody. The Wunderkind coming up next now. One fall. Sensational youngster out of Germany and Bavaria. Amateur champion in both countries. And extremely popular with the fans, as you can see right here.
Well, God, he's a young one, I'm telling you. And he needs to fire up, brother, because Starcade, John Paul LeBeck is waiting on you, Wunderkind.
He looks like he's fired up.
Hey, get him something. The kid's having a conniption. I'll tell you what, brother, that'll make your back crack, your liver quiver, and your knees freeze. If you don't dig this mess, you have the wrong address. While all the rest in the back laughing and joking, WCW Pro Team is out there cooking and smoking.
Amen. And so, this match is underway. Coming up right after this event will be the Starcade Control Center. By the way, I sure want to say a hi to Rich Rose out at Caesar's Palace. Big Clash of Champions upcoming there on January 25th. Tickets are currently on sale. Hulk Hogan's going to be there. I understand Randy Savage might be there. Nice snapmare.
Yeah, I heard that rumor myself. Macho Man will be there.
Yep, all the top stars.
Well, they just banging them out, brother, because Caesar's Palace is a place to be, just like Nashville, Tennessee. Starcade 1994. Well, we talked about a lot of matchups, and we have mentioned them. Starcade Control Center is going to bring it to you. But one in particular that's really brewing on me is that United States title match. Vader, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, brother. Whoo, what an explosion at Starcade. Boy, what a good night it's going to be for Vader when he wins the U.S. title.
You're talking about the irresistible force meeting the immovable object. Nice leapfrog.
Oh,
belly to belly. Yes, sir.
Nice move. And one thing about Alex Wright here, could use a few pounds, some experience, but he is a good wrestler, has a great background with the amateurs. making a successful move up to the pro ranks. He's getting more aggressive. About the fourth, fifth time I've seen him. Already he's starting to catch on that you've got to be aggressive.
Flying head scissors that time, perfectly executed, followed up by a flying drop kick by the Wunderkind.
Yes, and he is known as the Wunderkind, if you will. Oh, yeah. Now, Big Red's firing back at him here, brother.
Well, he walked into one, that 1 second of an opening, and these guys will take advantage of it.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's putting all the pressure on him he can.
He's throwing them long right hands. That's a good old European-style uppercut, Mr. Soley, if you will. Right here on this Christmas Halloween. Ho-ho, Christmas Halloween. I got so excited. I love the holidays.
Halloween.
Well, we're going to go back to near Halloween a little bit later on in the program.
Yeah, but what I was thinking about is holidays. Sometime I buried the roadism, you know, like Gumpism, the roadism just come out. I mean, look at him, Boogie Woogie, getting ready. But I wonder what John Paul Levesque got waiting on this kid at Starrcade 1994.
We're going to find out Tuesday night, the 27th at Nashville.
I tell you, watch Alex right here. He has mobility. He's got endurance. Right here, nice leapfrog. He maintains his balance. Beautiful belly to belly. He's got the moves down. Time will tell the future of the Wonder Kid. Halloween.
Well, we're going to see the natural Dustin Rhodes. But first, a very, very brief timeout in a Starrcade Control Center. Do stay tuned.
Obviously, The Undertaker, an awesome force, and Yokozuna has every right to be scared of that man. The casket.
Come on, Jennifer,
Santa's still here. I told you. Hey, Santa, having fun?
Oh, it's a blast here.
All right, what's up next? What are you doing?
Next, I'm going to get on that little sleigh of mine and fly away to my next country.
Could you do me a favor?
Anything for you, Toaster.
As you're flying away in that little sleigh, could you just yell my name?
Of course I will.
Cool. Thanks, Santa.
Toaster, have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you, Santa.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Santa Claus, very nice. Going to visit all the kids. All right, speaking of kids, let's get back to the action here on WWF Mania. Here's a kid who asked for Kerplunk for Christmas. The 1, 2, 3 kid.
Contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 212 pounds. Here comes the 1, 2, 3 kid.
1, 2, 3 kid, who just 2 weeks ago was involved in a phenomenal matchup with Shawn Michaels.
What a match that was.
Brian Walsh.
Brian looks like he might have needed a note from his mom to be here.
Well, both these guys are on the young side. A lot of young competitors right now here in the WWF.
Looks like a young Bob Backlund.
He does, kind of, doesn't he? Side headlock by Brian Walsh.
Hey, not such a bad guy to emulate yourself after, Jim Ross, Bob Backlund.
No doubt about that. Good drop toe hold by the 1, 2, 3 kid. Kid very quick, but it certainly seems that so is young Brian Walsh here.
Nice counter. Come out of there with a nice hammerlock. What's he going to do to follow it up? He wasn't sure.
Good fireman carry takeover into the side headlock once again, and then countered with the head scissors. Good move.
This is going to be a high-flying match, I can tell.
And a good show of sportsmanship. Man, that's refreshing. You don't see that very often. You know, this is one of the few matchups I've seen the 1, 2, 3 kid in, Gorilla, that he has not had a big size disadvantage.
Well, not only that, but I'm sure in this match he has the edge and experience as well.
Nice move there by Brian Walsh.
Oh, Brian he didn't know what to do after that nice hip lock. He was a little bit confused where 1, 2, 3 kid is already thinking 2 or 3 moves ahead.
Brian, not like Joe Walsh, singing "Life's been good to me." It's not been too good thus far, as Walsh makes his way back in.
Mike Chiodo, the referee, we can keep him out of the way and let these two guys go at it here.
A young Bob Backlund, I like that. Well, right hand on the break there, caught the 1, 2, 3 kid a little unaware and unprepared for it.
Well, if you had to follow in somebody's footsteps, why not a guy like Backlund, who was a very, very powerful reigning WWF champion? Look at these moves.
cigar.
A 2 count. Great spinning martial arts kick there by the 1-2-3 Kid. And he's using those educated feet to his advantage here.
Hard into the turnbuckle, and whoa! Oh, came right down on the back of his head.
Took a chance there that obviously did not pay dividends.
We could be seeing a new rising star here. Boy, it took him a long time to get up there. Too long.
Oh. Well, not a very good landing for Bryan Walsh.
If he was a tenor, he's now a soprano.
There's a suplex off the top. The 1-2-3 Kid back in firm control of this one. What's he gonna do here?
Well, he's going for a submission hold here. It's a surfboard. He's got him.
Well, this has got to be painful, Gorilla, right
here.
It
is. He completed the move.
Bryan Walsh's face getting bright red as he gives it up. And the 1-2-3 Kid has himself a submission victory.
You know, that's a very dangerous move, Jim Ross. Let's go back and take a look at it one more time. And if we get the very end of this, well, we're not going to, because that's the roundhouse that we saw earlier on. And then, you know, for my money, anything after that move right there was anticlimactic. But look at the 1-2-3 Kid's shoulders are on the canvas here as well. He could have been counted out too.
Welcome back to the Worldwide Arena. I'm Eric Bischoff along with Bobby the Brain Heenan, and making his way to the ring area right now, 452 pounds and one of the most dangerous men ever to step inside of the wrestling ring. We are talking, of course, about Vader.
Boy, this man walks wherever he wants to walk, as often as he wants to walk.
Vader, one of the most feared men, not only here in the United States and, of course, in Europe, but also in Japan, where he has dominated the competition in that country. And he's not shy about telling you he's held more titles on more continents than anybody else in professional wrestling. What he neglects to tell you is he has been banned from participating or competing in more countries than any other wrestler in history.
There's a few places he can't go to, but I doubt if he want to go there anyway. But I know he has been, his passport's been pulled in some countries where they won't let him wrestle. Well, he just mauls you.
And look at Barry Houston. Houston, give this man all the credit in the world. Tough young athlete trying to make his way up the rankings here in WCW, and he was going right after Vader.
Well, you might think that was honorable for him to go out there and take it right to him. That's not the right way, punk. You can't punch this man out. You can't throw him around. You've got to have him make a mistake.
Well, I'll tell you, I beg to differ with you, Bobby. I think Barry Houston took a look at the match that Hacksaw Jim Duggan had with Vader just a few weeks ago on national television, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan gave Vader a run for his money. Hacksaw surprised a lot of people. And Houston.
Well, you know, I'm very surprised, too. I know Duggan's a big loudmouth. He's a big, tough guy with that 2x4. Look at this. What's he going to do now to Houston?
Houston, I hope he's got good dental insurance. Oh, way up and over. I thought he was going to go face first into the mat, but Vader, that incredible strength in his back, took Houston all the way 180 degrees and flat on his back. What a phenomenal move that was by Vader. And now look at this. Plants him like a tree in the center of the ring, and Houston is in a world of trouble here.
You know, I was talking about Duggan, but after that move there, you got to think about it for... Look at this.
A hip toss right over the top rope. Harley Race had the referee's attention. Jimmy Jett, the referee, did not see that. I for one, have never seen a hip toss over the top rope.
Well, I think this is a message to Duggan. He took Duggan lightly. Last Saturday night, Duggan really took it to him. He rose to the occasion. I saw Duggan fight for his life. And I think this kind of made Vader take a back step and say, wait a minute, maybe this guy's more than I think he is.
Hey, I'm not sure if you were looking at the same match I was. It looked to me like Vader was fighting for his life as well. That was not a one-sided event.
No, Duggan got some good lucky shots in there.
Oh, look at this. You can hear these rights and lefts. He's just hammering away. And again, I have to say it, hats off to young Barry Houston.
Man, he doesn't know who he's fighting or where he's fighting. He's just trying to get out of their lives.
Thundering blows. This has got to be it for Houston. I wish there was somebody there to throw in a towel. 2, 3, and mercifully.
That's how he hovers over his prey.
What a predator. What a maniac. And what a match it is going to be. Starrcade, when he steps into the ring with a man that I think surprised the world on national television, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Take another look.
Look at that. I can just see Duggan flying through the air with the greatest of ease. Look at this. I'd love to see Duggan in this one. Well, that would straighten out his beard. Vader, you're the man. Show us at Starrcade. Become the United States champion.
Speaking of the man, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, will be checking in the Starrcade Control Center right after this timeout.
Sponsored by the George Steinbrenner Family Foundation and the New York Yankees in the Tampa Bay area. We're going to take a brief look right now as Hulk Hogan appeared before over 4,000 at-risk youngsters to read the night before Christmas. Let's go to this very, very special message from Hulk Hogan.
We got a little special treat for you. You're going to hear "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" by Hulk Hogan himself. You guys ready? "'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse or the Hulkster. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutter and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster to midday of the objects below. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment this must be St. Nick. And giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But when I heard him exclaim, ere they drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Thank you guys, have a Merry Christmas. The Hulkster loves you.
Seth Rollins, I'm gonna make you a Swiss bank safe guarantee. As long as Mr. Antonio Cesaro is here, you will never win another FCW championship.
Whoa, wait a second, folks! Oh, come on. Now, I might not always agree with Cesaro, but he kindly requested a few words, and all of a sudden, Seth Rollins comes out of nowhere to interrupt him.
What gives Seth Rollins to Wright to come out here and attack Antonio Cesaro like this?
Well, he's clearly upset about last week.
Dean
And
Ambrose.
look at Dean Ambrose now making his way in.
What the heck is going on?
What? And we've got 3 out of the 4 members here of our main event that was supposed to be coming up after the commercial break. I hope we're not going to break. Thankfully, I'm told we're not. See what's going to end. And now, look
well, Abraham Washington's coming out here. Not in any rush, clearly.
Let the 3 men beat each other up and let them get the slim pickings at the end.
I'm not sure what's going on, but I know that I am digging this new attitude of Abraham Washington. Seth Rollins, that's his partner. I don't know. I don't get it.
No idea. I'm pretty sure Seth Rollins didn't give Cesaro or Ambrose any Christmas cards. As we now see Abraham Washington make his way in to help out Rollins. Are we going to get a referee or something in here?
something.
This is our main event, and now we got multiple referees coming in here.
I say let him go, let him fight.
Well, let him fight and start off the right way. Folks, as the refs get this stuff under control, we're going to take a commercial break right now, and hopefully when we come back, we'll actually get a proper match underway. We'll be right back.
The following is a tag team match. Already in the ring, introducing first, the team of Seth Rollins and Abraham Washington. And their opponents, Antonio Cesaro and Dean Ambrose.
Thankfully, Byron, the referees have restored order, and I think we're going to officially get underway here.
Yeah, we are official. I guess no need for entrances in this sort of match. All four men abruptly entering the ring, and well, here we go, our main event.
Well, it all started with Cesaro here just a few minutes ago. Coming here, wanted to talk to the crowd, say whatever he wanted to say. Rollins interrupts him, most likely because of the actions last week that we saw Cesaro.
Yeah, I'll cry me a river. Seth Rollins is going to blame Antonio Cesaro for not being able to capture the Florida Heavyweight title last week.
What? It was Cesaro. Hello, if you clearly watched this program. It was Cesaro that came up to the apron and interfered in the match.
No, it was Cesaro who came up to the apron and was attacked. Seth Rollins grabbed Cesaro. All Antonio Cesaro did was retaliate, and now Seth is upset. Give me a break.
We see Cesaro and Rollins here going back and forth. Rollins definitely has a few.
Whoa.
This is the way that tag was made there. You can definitely see that there's no love lost between Rollins and Abraham either.
You know, I don't know what's gotten into Abe. I don't know about this new attitude, but I said it before. I like it. I think Abraham Washington has finally seen the light.
Wait. This is the same Abraham Washington that you hated and wished the worst.
I've never hated anybody. Let's get that right. Okay.
You wished terrible things upon him.
Look, we had our differences, but look at this attitude. That's the attitude I wanted to see from Abraham Washington. Not the guy who comes out here trying to get everybody, to get their hands up in the air and have a good time. I want to see this. This is the Abraham Washington that's going to succeed. One who doesn't care about anyone else but himself. And he said it himself. It's all about making the money.
Well, last week, folks, if you didn't,
look at that.
This is definitely a side that we haven't seen from him before. And if you missed it last week, Abraham Washington came out with this valet that's out here on the outside, as he called her his new Vanna White. Oh my! A backhanded slap.
Come on.
Wow. And you telling me
I'm loving this.
that this is,
I don't know. I don't know.
A new side of
It's working, isn't it? The man's commanding respect.
And yet here is Ambrose, and I think there's one guy you don't want to get even more loose off his rocker. You see Washington making them the tag to Rollins. That was definitely something that I would have never expected from Washington. Just slaps to the face like that.
When you come so close to becoming a Florida Heavyweight Champion and have it taken away from you, yeah, you're going to snap a little bit. Look at Seth Rollins. He's lost his mind, and it's funny, I'm saying that when he's in the ring with Dean Ambrose.
That's exactly. Usually it's Dean Ambrose is definitely the biggest loose cannon of them all.
I didn't say he was saying either. Let's get that correct.
I don't think he knows what year it is, what day it is, where he is. All he wants to do, Dean Ambrose, is he wants to fight. He wants to be the best. He claims that he's the best. And great opportunity here if he can somehow knock off the team of Rollins and Washington.
Dean Ambrose said recently he wants to take over the world. What does that tell you about his mentality?
That he completely is out of his mind?
Well, we all know that.
Yeah. As we see Rollins and Ambrose and Cesaro, a little subplot here at the same time. We've seen these three opponents at one time or another go back and forth about claiming that they are the best superstar. They are the best that FCW has to offer, but maybe Abraham is right there.
What's the relationship between Abraham and his personal Vanna White?
I have no idea, but this new attitude where, money drives him, the fact that he likes the material things in life, I mean, you're going to have a little materialistic thing, I guess. No, I'm not trying to put her down over here, this Vanna White.
Looks like he shares some wonderful things in life too with this lovely young lady.
Yeah, with the FCW universe here at
I believe her name is Danielle.
Danielle?
Yes, my sources tell me.
Well, a tremendous Christmas present for him, and just look at, I'm seeing the great action in the ring at the same time, but the side of Washington still, I'm watching him a little bit here right in front of us. And
did you see Antonio Cesaro?
Yeah, just using the hair.
Twist the hair of Seth Rollins. That'll hurt anybody.
Lines up for the big punch, taking down Rollins.
Dean Ambrose, it's just, I really do think that there's some sort of ingenious plan under the cover of insanity that we constantly see, because it remains the same. Where are we? Here we are on Christmas night, the main event of FCW, and Dean Ambrose is right in the middle of it.
Yeah, but we've seen him before with tremendous opportunities in front of him. I can clearly remember about a month or so ago, he had a shot at the FCW Jack Briscoe 15 Championship, and he completely went out of his mind and pretty much disqualified himself on purpose, losing like 11-0.
But what happened the day after? People they weren't talking about Damian Sandow, with all due respect. They were talking more about Dean Ambrose. They were talking about what Dean Ambrose did, and that's what he wants.
Well, one would think to be the best in the world, you want to go after the gold. You want to go after those that are holding it, those that are at the top. And yet he completely just once again lost his mind.
Well, if you haven't figured it out yet, Dean Ambrose is a little different than the average person.
Now, as we see Rollins just get rolled to the outside now. And look at Cesaro. Look at Cesaro on the outside there with the referee's back turned all nonchalant.
The referee can't call it. The referee can't see.
I think Washington helping out his partner there too much either. And now Rollins trying to fight back against Cesaro, but Ambrose is the legal man, and now again using the hair to poke him back in.
Well, that's what you risk. When you're a competitor that has long hair, you got to imagine it's going to be a disadvantage. Someone's going to come along and try to use it.
Well, normally I like to see clean fights, as we see a nice kick there by Rollins. Cesaro missing that.
Wobbly Seth Rollins desperately makes the tag.
We see Washington with a full head of steam get in here, ducks the clothesline, and eats a clothesline of his own. Oh! Down again. Well, this new attitude or not, those clotheslines are as devastating as ever from Washington.
Oh!
And as Cesaro eats Matt, might have him. Wisely though, as crazy as he might be, I think he was still wise enough to break up that pinfall.
He knows what he's doing. Dean Ambrose knows exactly what he's doing.
Now Washington trying to make a pin, trying to reach over, but Cesaro was wise enough to grab the leg, pull him into his corner, and now tag in Ambrose.
And how quickly you can cut off the air supply by driving your shin into a man's throat.
And now he's just railing on him. Just at this point, there always comes a point in the match there where Ambrose gets even more unleashed here. Folks, this great action is going to continue here. If we got to go to commercial, stay with us. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Special holiday episode here of Florida Championship Wrestling. This is our main event. As you see Cesaro applying a nice rear lock of some sort there against Abraham Washington. This is tag team action here, Byron. Cesaro and Ambrose going up against Rollins.
Ambrose and Cesaro identify the target area. Earlier on before the break, Dean Ambrose targeted the throat of Abraham Washington, and as wise pros do, they continue attacking that. You put out the air supply, you slow the man down, and that's what Antonio Cesaro and Ambrose have been able to do thus far.
Can he get over Cesaro? Ambrose is trying to make sure that Cesaro doesn't get over. Oh, but Washington's able to. 2, 3. But still a lot taken out of Washington. Cesaro, wisely enough, gets out of the way.
And Cesaro, what he did was he rolled over, yet hooked the arm.
I thought for a second Washington was able to get around it, but you're right, Cesaro again isolating him in the corner. Very wise strategy here by former opponents, Cesaro and Ambrose, now allies.
It shows you the competitive nature in FCW and the common thread between Ambrose and Cesaro, which is Seth Rollins.
Yeah, they have a mutual interest here. I would have never have envisioned them being able to coexist as well as they are right now. But you're right, when you've got hatred against somebody like Seth, which I don't think they should, seeing how it's Christmas and all, but that's neither here nor there.
Nobody said they hated anybody around here. You throw that word around. Look, there's a very high competitive nature. There's some personal issues between these three guys. Now, where's your holiday spirit
to
at?
come out here and interrupt Antonio Cesaro's little interview session that was going on over there, you're telling me that was
What you need to do is blame the Maniac running across the ring right now. Blame Seth Rollins for what's happening in this ring.
He's just trying to maintain some
what's happening
semblance.
to Abraham Washington. No, Seth Rollins is frustrated with his career track, and he can't control his temper. That's the problem.
Frustrated? He's frustrated Cesaro for ruining the opportunity last week that he had. He was mere seconds away from possibly pinning.
He lost. He lost the match. So you either accept the loss, and you go about your business, or you cry about it. And Seth Rollins is crying like a big baby.
I think he's trying to go still about it, but he definitely has retribution on his mind. And right now he wants to make that tag in, and so does Washington. But Cesaro, again, staying in between Rollins and Washington to prevent that tag.
Perfect strategy being implemented here by this tag team. First ever tag team that you wouldn't know so by watching Dean Ambrose and Cesaro. Tag team in and out, keeping the fresh man in and keeping Abraham Washington in constant danger.
We've seen Abraham Washington before, actually, not too long ago in a fatal four-way. Hold on, folks. In a fatal four-way for that Florida Heavyweight Championship, so don't discount the performance that he has tonight. If he can somehow, some way, pull off a victory here, that's got to bode well maybe for a potential rematch in the future. Who knows?
Some way, somehow, but the longer this match goes, there will be no way or no how for Abraham Washington.
It certainly does not look good for Washington. Time and time again, there's always an opponent in between he and his partner. We see Ambrose just wailing away.
Even just as Abraham tries to make his way back up to his feet, Ambrose attacks, pounds him some more, and down goes Abraham again.
And you gotta wonder, Byron, I mean, how much more, new attitude or not, you have to wonder how much more abuse right now can the man from Miami, Florida, Abraham Washington, take? Ooh! Maybe a boot there just to gather himself for a second. Oh! And Ambrose just completely rearranges his shoulder right there on the steel post. This is the moment that Washington needs. Look at him, he's reaching. He's reaching.
No. What?
Rollins saw that coming by Cesaro. Whoa! Oh no. Folks, look out, Rollins.
He's lost his mind.
Whoa! My goodness! Holy cow!
Seth Rollins once again put his body on the line. Now he's out of commission along with Antonio Cesaro.
Back in the ring now. Look at those slaps that he was giving earlier. Washington, he wants to give out some more. He wants to give out some more punishment.
Abraham, where's he finding this energy?
I have no idea. Another shot in the corner, back body drop. There's that new swag that we're seeing out of Abe. Big splash in the corner. Knocks Ambrose right off of his feet.
Seeing Ambrose is in trouble.
And we still think, I see Cesaro out there, and Rollins is definitely still nowhere to be seen on the apron. Another big splash there by Abraham Washington. Setting himself up for something.
You can still see signs of fatigue in Abraham Washington on the punishment he's taken. And from behind, here comes Antonio Cesaro.
Washington trying to get a rest.
Opportunity.
Didn't see that. Oh!
Where did he come from?
Rollins wisely from the outside gets Cesaro right in the face. And now Washington rolls him up. And that's all she wrote.
Here are your winners, Abraham Washington and Seth Rollins.
For a second there, I thought Cesaro was gonna get the win there, making that tag that Abraham didn't see. As we take a look here at the replay, we'll see Cesaro tag himself in while Washington takes a quick breath, doesn't see it, rolls him up, thought he had it, and with the referee's back turned, Byron, Seth comes out of nowhere, kicks him, and rolls him up, and gets the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, the real story here is the unfinished business between Seth Rollins and Antonio Cesaro. And I said it before, and I said it now. Seth Rollins has lost his mind, and he needs to get it back under control.
Check out Abraham Washington, that lovely diva. Maybe in training, who knows? Danielle, as we see. Oh. Folks, what a tremendous show it has been. Thank you so much for joining us here on this holiday, very special holiday episode of Florida Championship Wrestling. For Byron Saxton, I am Christopher Patrick Russo. Good night, everyone, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Until next week, then, this would be Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. About to enter the ring.
Bad news, Brown and the Macho Man. Apparently, they have a little control back in the dressing room area.
Rugged Ronnie
Garvin is introduced. They better keep them separated back there, I'll tell you, because I don't think they care where it is they go at it.
I don't think so either at this point.
Horowitz, a little pat on his back there. Against rugged Ronnie Garvin. Good-looking athlete, Garvin. Taking nothing away from Horowitz.
Should be a good matchup.
Ronnie Garvin, one of the participants in the 30-man Royal Rumble, headed your way on the afternoon of January 15th.
Well, you know what the key to the Royal Rumble is too, though, McMahon, now that we're on the subject. Also, the luck of the draw.
Luck of the draw is very, very important, and I would think also, Jess, depending upon your luck of the draw, whether or not, if you're chosen earlier on, whether or not you kind of have the tenaciousness to go all the way with it, to have the stamina. Then again, if you're chosen later, it's to your advantage to be one of the bigger boys in there. You can throw people over the rope a lot easier. We had an occasion to speak with Ronnie Garvin earlier on. Here's what he said.
All my life, I've thrived on the toughest competition in the world. And I found it right here, the WWF, the baddest, the meanest, and the toughest men in the world. And I'll tell you what, when the smoke clears, you're going to see rugged Ronnie Garvin standing.
Confident, isn't it? You got to be confident to be in the WWF.
Garvin with an elbow there.
No, personally, getting back to the Royal Rumble, I mean, if I were participating and had my choice, I'd like to be the last person to enter that ring.
Well, you would, because you never had too much stamina, Jess, when you were in your heyday. And, you know, you had some strength, which is probably your biggest asset. So, sure, you would want to be chosen last.
Of course, because the last person out there could well be quite a few already eliminated. Right?
Yeah, sure. Anything can happen. Then again, if
the other thing you forgot to talk about, McMahon, was my extreme intelligence in the ring, of knowing that you should be chosen.
Well, nobody home. Oh, what is this?
Wow.
What is Garvin doing here?
He's stomping him. He's stomping every inch of his body.
He's touching all the bases. Rugged Ron Garvin in control. Has Horowitz in the air here. Pile drives him to the canvas.
I think it's over. I don't think Horowitz can kick out after a pile driver like that.
We get 2 and 3. You're right. Rugged Ronnie Garvin.
Rugged Ronnie Garvin.
Let's take a look at the replay here, Jess.
Here's Garvin whipping Horowitz in. Horowitz tries for a diving cross body block, misses, lands hard, gets stomped by Ronnie Garvin right here.
Wow.
And up, and look at that shot of the pile driver. Boom, it's all over.
Here comes one of my favorite segments of the show. We're going to take you now to Luke and Butch, the Bushwhackers.
All right, with me at this time, boys and girls, are the Bushwhackers. They're from New Zealand, but they get to spend Christmas with us here on the World Wrestling Federation. Butch, I'll get to you in a minute, but little Lukey, you probably want your 2 front teeth for Christmas.
No, Mate, no! I want the Brainbusters, don't we, guys?
The Brainbusters?
I want the pals of pain.
Wow.
The Bolsheviks.
The Bolsheviks?
The Bolsheviks.
Well, boys, I don't know if I can deliver the Bolsheviks for you, but I'll keep you in mind for Christmas gift giving. Yeah. Oh,
you know, Santa, one good thing about being in America is not only the people so great, we get to meet celebrities like you, Santa. That's right, Santa. So excited. So excited. So excited.
Boys, take it easy. Take it easy. I've had an accident or two on my knee. I don't want another one.
This is America, cuz. You know, Santa, when we knew we were coming to see you, we thought that you would like something from us. So we bought you a little present. Give it to him, cuz. Oh, give it to him.
Well, that's very kind. This must come all the way
Here we are,
from New Zealand.
Santa. Would you like me to open it, mate?
Oh, I can smell it already. Ooh.
Have a look at this, Santa. You're going to love this, Santa. Look at this, mate.
Oh, sardines.
Look good. Look good like a sardine.
Oh.
Oh, yay. Good.
Oh.
Lovely.
We can smell those pretty good. I thank you, boys. Oh, hey.
It's false. It's Mean Gene. It's Mean Gene. You fool. It's Mean Gene. That's not Santa. It's Mean Gene.
I didn't, say, the bushwhackers.
Oh, yay. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, America.
2 1 and 2 all.
Okay, now we got to spread it out here. I was about to say let's welcome Terry Taylor into the family here, but I was afraid I'd get beat up. Southern Heavyweight Champ Terry Taylor. We're delighted for you to join us on this holiday. Hi, Terry. Come on over here and grab this microphone if you would. Southern Heavyweight Champ. It's all so easy off the tongue, but it didn't come easy to this young man here. I got to tell you, Terry, with all due respect to your ability and everything else, you stunned the wrestling world when you won the AWA Southern Heavyweight title. A guy that has everything in the world going for him. He's a tremendous college athlete, and the professional wrestling has opened up. One of the great things I like about him, not only a nice guy, but are the impersonations that you do and keep us entertained in there. But really, it has been a sensational year. How's it feel to be the Southern Heavyweight Champ?
Well, Matt, if I can't take this opportunity to say Merry Christmas to everyone, Happy Holidays to all the guys here and everyone at home. And how does it feel to be the Southern champion? I'm the greatest wrestler of all times. Muhammad Ali's the greatest boxer of all times. I'm the greatest of all times.
Great Muhammad Ali.
Well, let me tell you one thing right now, Pilgrim. You better hang on tight because the ride gets a little rough, Pilgrim.
Well, I may be the Dusty Rhodes also. It doesn't matter because I'm great. I can beat people up and stick my tail.
Let me tell you something.
Just a minute. $1 million smile, everybody.
You guys.
All right, go ahead.
I just hope in 1983 when you wrestle me for the belt, your best impersonation as a wrestler, brother, because I told you all my bad luck's behind me and I'm coming to get the belt.
You want to fight me? You want to fight me?
You had to bring Ronnie Piper.
Well, it's Christmas. Have a good time.
Let me see that microphone.
Everybody's doing impersonation. Let me see if you guys can guess who this is. I resent all of these lesser wrestlers out here making light and acting foolish about my belt. I don't like that kind of talk. Can you tell who that is?
Yeah, I know who that. You're doing the king without a question about it. We're going to take time out and welcome the fabulous ones into the Holiday Championship Wrestling. Boy, you guys that kill each other with these impersonations. Everybody's doing something.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event. Already in the ring area, a combined weight of 462 pounds. Jason Lee, Rip Rogers, the Suicide Blondes, and their opponents.
Well, they're on their way to the ring. They will be the two men who will face Bowling Services at Christmas Chaos. In the Coward Waves the Flag match, it's the Damaja and the Iron Man, Rob Conway. And this can't be called a tune-up because they're going to be facing the former Southern Tag Team Champions, the Suicide Blondes.
Their opponents in this main event, 232 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Damaja. And his partner, 242 pounds from Pittsburgh, PA, the Iron Man, Rob Conway. Robert Briscoe, your referee, main event, and what a show on the threshold of Christmas Chaos. This is going to be wild.
Well, a big point got to be made here as we see the tag team of Conway and Damaja. They are a reluctant tag team at best. They don't like each other personally, do Conway and the Damaja. Damaja, as a matter of fact, told Conway basically As you hear the folks in the Davis Arena firmly behind the Damaja, Damaja told Conway, you're an idiot. You're fighting a gang and you have no friends, you have no backup. I've been in the same position you've been in, the Damaja said. Team up with me, let's get rid of Bolin Services, and then we can sort things out amongst ourselves. That was the proposition that was made by the Damaja, and Conway accepted it. And now we see Conway and Damaja as a team against the Suicide Blondes, former Southern Tag Team Champions, on the eve of Christmas Chaos.
Of course, all this right now depending upon how Damaja and the Iron Man work together as a team. Both of them used to being single situations out here right now. There are a lot of slight nuances that have to take place when you are a working tag team, much like the Blondes. All the little inside things like keeping the man in your corner, all those little tidbits. This is one thing we're going to find out whether or not the Damaja and the Iron Man can handle together.
Well, I know I can pretty well assure you the Suicide Blondes teamwork is going to be better than the Damajas and Conways, but what you cannot make up for is the power, the strength and as a matter of fact, the egotism that the Iron Man Rob Conway possesses. This guy is too egotistical to be beaten unless there's no breath left in his body. And as far as the Damaja goes, you'll find no quit there. He is a man, he's all man, through and through. And Damaja now, beautiful maneuver out of the monkey flip, lands on his feet. Jason Lee doesn't realize it. Damaja to the ropes, cross body, 1, 2, and Lee comes out of it. There is no quit in the Damaja, and he is as mean and as twisted as they come. And they are in the only match in professional wrestling where the participants cannot determine the outcome, Dean. A coward waves the flag match. There's no pinfalls, there's no submissions, no stopping for blood, no count out. If a man gives up, it doesn't count. If a man is pinned, it doesn't count. The only way for this match to be won is when one team's cornerman waves the white flag of surrender. I am the cornerman for Conway and the Damaja, and I have sworn to them I will not wave that flag no matter how bad it gets. I can't say the same for Kenny Bolin.
Jason Lee with a big fist on the Iron Man knocks the sunglasses into the front row. The Iron Man took exception to it and laid one on Jason Lee. Another one, and the Irish whip into the corner, follows it in and catches a Jason Lee elbow for his trouble. Comes off and the Iron Man catches him coming in. Look at the power of the Iron Man pressing Jason Lee. I know your friend JR would say that's impressive.
The strength and the power of the Iron Man coming to the fore here. Jason Lee's forte is not strength and power. It's quickness and sneakiness and teamwork with his partner Rip Rogers. And I'll tell you what, the Suicide Blondes as a team together in that Trailer Park Street fight at Christmas Chaos is going to be an awesome situation because they know every trick in the book. But I'll say this, for Jebediah and Trailer Park Trash, Jebediah is a man to be reckoned with in that ring. He has looked better than ever the past 6 months, and Trash, of course, the originator, the innovator, the founder of the Trailer Park Street fight where anything goes and anything is legal. We saw him at the Gardens. Trash brought the hood of a pickup truck into the ring to take on Flash just a few months ago. So anything is liable to happen when the Blondes meet Trash and Jebediah in that Trailer Park Street fight.
And don't forget that is tomorrow night at Louisville Gardens, bell time 7:30. There are still some tickets left. If you haven't gotten a ticket, you'll still have the opportunity. Christmas Chaos. Oh my goodness.
Wait a minute, a low blow took Damaja down there. The momentum was in the corner of the team of Damaja and Conway, but a low blow by Jason Lee with Robert Briscoe's back turn has definitely changed the momentum in favor of the ex-Southern Tag Team Champions.
The Blondes showing why they're working great as a team, keeping the Damaja in their corner. Part of what you got to do if you're going to be a successful tag team, and the Blondes are showing why they used to hold the belts, and quite honestly, they don't think they deserve to lose those belts. Of course, the fans are glad to see them around the waist of TPT and Jebediah. A quick cover from Jason Lee at 2.5. Robert Briscoe, the referee, and putting Rip Rogers back in his corner.
Well, the Blondes, of course, hold wins over Matt and Jeff Hardy, the Rock and Roll Express, the Headbangers. Every great tag team that's faced them, the Blondes have defeated them. Wait a minute, cover here, count of 2, no. Have defeated all those teams, have the Blondes through teamwork, and let's face it, out-and-out treachery, sneakiness, cheating. And I see no reason in the world while they will not apply those principles to Trailer Park Trash and Jebediah to try to regain those belts at Christmas Chaos, and they've already showed they're going to apply those principles here to Conway and to Damaja.
Jason Lee's got that chin lock hooked up on the damage of the Iron Man, desperately trying to reach in from his vantage point over there. He can't seem to get to it. The Damaja needs to mount a little bit of offense, and here it is, buddy.
Belly to back there. Open up the door for the Damaja. Can he capitalize? I'll tell you, I'm not sure this is the team for Conway and Damaja to be facing moments or days, rather just hours before they face a team like Bowling Services, Buchanan, and Dinsmore. But my God, there's Conway with the tag, and he's got Jason Lee into the ropes. Missed the clothesline. He got the elbow. And nails Rogers for good measure.
The big iron elbow as well sets Jason Lee. Oh, look at the power slam on this man. Oh, hold it. Rip Rogers has entered the ring from behind.
Wait a minute.
Him off. But what in the world? Hold it. Kenny Bolin. Oh, Jim has left the TV desk. Bolin's in the ring. Look at this. JC, grab hold of him. Thank you very much. A big fist from Cornette on Bolin. Robert Briscoe calling for the double disqualification. Oh, my goodness. It is all broke loose out here. Oh, Cornette having his way with Bolin. Now Mr. Black sees that. Dinsmore has pulled Cornette out of the ring. Bull Buchanan and Jason Lee working on the Damaja. The Hustler Rip Rogers working on the Iron Man. Now Mr. Black's taking the opportunity. We have lost all control. Mick Dinsmore has laid Cornette out here on the concrete and head first into, and this is uncalled for. Mick Dinsmore taking offense to the fact that he hasn't got all the title shots that he thinks he ought to have. Right now, he's just taking it out on Cornette. It's hard for me to keep my attention on what's going on in the ring. We're so worried about JC out here. Dinsmore is just sizing him up and laying him out. This is unbelievable. Bull Buchanan still working on the Damaja. Mr. Black and the Blondes working on the Iron Man. And Jim Cornette has hit the concrete out here 4 or 5 times. Here comes Trailer Park into the ring. Here comes Jebediah into the ring. They're looking forward to the Colored Ways of Flag match. Kenny Bolin barely getting himself out of here. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you, tomorrow night, Christmas Chaos, Louisville Gardens, bell time 7:30. The Coward waves the flag, and I bet you it won't be Jim Cornette waving it.
What? Hey, Doc, can you name Santa's favorite high flyers?
Well, there's Hakushi, Shawn Michaels, the Smoking Guns, Bret Hart.
Doc.
What?
I meant Santa's reindeer. Can you name Santa's reindeer?
No, but I bet these guys might be able to.
Name Santa's reindeer? Well, let me see.
How many are there anyway?
2, 4, 6 in the lead one, which is Rudolph.
Vixen, Prancer, Dancer,
Pancho, Julia,
Leroy, Cletus,
Pokey, Dasher. There's Dancer,
McKinley, Roosevelt, Wilson, Truman.
One was named Porsche. One was named Ferrari, I believe.
On Comet, Vixen, Dancer,
Johnson, Nixon,
Donner, Blitzen,
Jowls. There's Cupid and Blitzen. Cupid? It's a stupid name for a reindeer.
I think if my memory serves me right, Santa Claus has them out in the freezer. Know what I mean?
Rudolph, Donner, Blitzen, Rudolph, Prancer, Dancer.
Comet and Cupid and Donder and Blitzen and Venison.
Madison, Monroe, Adams, Jackson, Van Buren.
And then there's one called Vixen or something like that, or Blitzen. And, after that, it gets a little dicey for that, man. I don't know.
That's all I know.
And I know what you're thinking. That's only 7, Reindeer King. But I know the truth. Santa leaves Comet home to clean the kitchen.
Ah, you see, those and the 7 dwarfs always gave me trouble, too.
Yeah? Name them.
Doc, Dopey, Sleepy, Stupid.
The reindeer, stupid.
Oh, look at that, we're out of time. Hey, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. And to everybody watching, our most sincerest wishes for a very happy holiday and a safe holiday season. We'll see you back here in 1996. We're preempted next week, but then, oh yeah, your present.
Yeah.
Sonny of the Body Donna.
She promised me she'd be here.
All right.
No cutout, live. And I'd like to elaborate just for a second on what Todd said. You know, Todd and I have a lot of fun out here. We appreciate all you fans watching. But seriously, have a very safe holiday and a very, very Merry Christmas. Todd, man, I love you, man.
I don't think so.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost
sniffing at your nose.
All right, fans, you saw him right there, and here he is. The boy from New York City, Jimmy Valiant.
Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Oh, Bobby, baby, I got the Christmas spirit. I love the holidays, baby. I want to wish all my people all the best of luck. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. Give me a kiss. Oh, boy, you got some good sugar, baby. You know how's that reindeer's milk I gave you last week?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby, I drink reindeer milk every day. The highest of all protein is reindeer's milk, you know. Woo, feel good. Oh, Bobby, you didn't have to give me a Christmas present.
No, that's not yours, Jimmy.
Bobby got me a Christmas present. Oh, Bobby.
No, hey, Jim, whoa, Jim, that's not yours.
Look what this is right here. Oh, yeah. Oh, a Christmas present. Oh,
really?
Boy. Oh, look at here. What is
Jim,
oh,
no,
yeah.
you shouldn't.
Oh, yeah.
You shouldn't.
Oh, yeah. This is a face only a mother could love. Bobby, give me a pin. You got a pin? Give me a pin.
Jim, wait. Now, wait a minute, Jim. Ho. Now, wait a minute. Hey, I may be responsible for that. Really, whoa. Jimmy.
How would he look like with a goatee on, huh?
Jimmy.
Oh, wait a minute, brother. You know, I seen a face like this one time working the streets of the corner of New York City, and he had a little monkey on his back, and he grinded a little organ, and he had a mustache just like this. Oh, he needs something else. You know he's fine as a bat, brother.
Jim, you have ruined that was...
Do you think he smokes?
That was Paul.
Do you think he smokes? How about a big white owl right here, huh? You know what this tuxedo looks like to me? I seen a coat hanging just like in Kmart just the other day. K. How you spell Kmart?
M-A-R-T.
M-A-R-T.
Yeah. Jim.
All right. How about that now? You know something, people? I got one more surprise for you. I got people coming in. Big-time people, brother. And I've got something for Paul Jones. Just like I promised you. Paul Jones, Assassins. Look out, Daddy. Woo, feel good, feel good, feel good.
And what a Christmas gift we have for you in the main event. The WCW World Heavyweight title on the line. The Macho Man, Randy Savage, with his last title defense just days away from Starrcade. Will the Macho Man, Randy Savage, be the World Heavyweight Champion in Starrcade? You're going to find out tonight right here as the Nature Boy steps into the ring and tries to dethrone the Macho Man. And this whole triangle match will all be about who will try to win the triangle match to get a shot at Ric Flair and the World Heavyweight title. The man of 1,000 holds, Dean Malenko, in the ring.
Well, there's a man right there, Bischoff, that's waiting. He's waiting to see who's going to become the champion of the world. Because Dean Malenko thinks in his heart and his soul that he can become the champion of the world. And the guy can do it. He knows how to wrestle. That's the name of the game. So does Mr. JL.
And there comes Mr. JL, fans. You're going to see two guys fly around like the birds going back to Capistrano tonight.
I tell you what, still a lot of support here, and everywhere else you go, you see the red and yellow in the back. Hulk Hogan, who unfortunately, oh, look at that drop kick in the back, is suspended at this time, and you may agree or disagree with that suspension. Nevertheless, he is suspended through at least the end of 1995. Officials still looking at it. Oh, nice. Belly-to-belly suplex.
Well, you see, he's such a great competitor there. He went to slam the man, but JL blocked it. He still had that much strength. Oh! Where he could pick the man up and suplex him. What a great competitor and athlete Dean Malenko is.
Well, that's the great thing about having a tremendous amount of upper body strength and or a low center of gravity, because then you get to get underneath your opponent and utilize that strength.
And that's one of the things that makes standing switch there by Dean Malenko. Malenko taking JL into the ropes, rolls up, hip up, drops down, hip toss attempt, reverse block. JL ducks. Man,
got him. Ooh, these guys have got some moves. Look at this.
Cartwheel. Back leg front kick into the midsection, fouled up, Irish whip, tilt-a-whirl slam. No, necktie takedown by JL. And I'll tell you what, every move there's a counter move, every hold there's a counter hold. And you're seeing it right here. That's what makes this sport so great. And JL looks like he's ready to roll. He does.
Wow. Now that's a very dangerous move because all Malenko's got to do is take a half step to the right or the left and get out of the way, and Mr. JL is just like he is. He's lucky. He's going to be up on that metal rail, broken up. But that's the way these guys are. They're willing to try those high-risk maneuvers to get the job done here because they know every wrestler is watching every wrestling match.
This is, as they say, where the big boys play. And of course, cover 1, 2, and JL just about made mystery here, as Medusa made so abundantly clear last week. Now where the big girls play as well.
Boy, I love what she is with that belt. That was
Chop to the top of the chest. Dean Malenko in trouble. And in case you just joined us on this Christmas Day, or Christmas night, I should say, yes, you heard it right. The Macho Man Randy Savage will defend. Cover 1, 2, and a back bridge will defend the World Heavyweight title against the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, tonight. WCW Monday Nitro on TNT. It's coming your way in just a little while.
He's got him. Show speed in. No. Anybody else, he'd have had him. Shows you the conditioning Dean Malenko's in.
You know, one thing I want to talk about, Sergeant Craig Pittman came out just a little while ago, asked Jimmy Hart to be his manager. Did you see Hart's reaction?
Well, you don't understand something. I used
a lot of courage.
I'll tell you what. When a guy comes out and asks you to manage him, it means he needs help. So he's at your mercy right there. Jimmy Hart knew what he was doing. He may manage Pittman down the road, but he's going to do it on his terms. He'll never come out and beg a guy for help. I hope Mr. Pittman makes Jimmy Hart, that mouth, rule the day he turned him down.
Irish whip into the corner. Dean Malenko takes JL up and over. JL scaling to the top rope. Takes a couple right hands to the midsection. You can see Malenko softening him up. In perfect position. What's he going to do here? This is dangerous.
No.
This is very dangerous.
Throw him on the concrete.
For both men.
What a great move.
Side breaker off the top rope.
He's holding his arm like he did break something. Well, you're not going to see that anyplace else but right here. What a great move.
The Malenko leg lock up and over, and he's got JL right where he wants him.
He submitted.
Man of 1,000 holds, and I thought we saw probably about 842 of them in this match.
That's about 1,000. But there was only one that counted, and that's the one he hooked on Mr. JL that made him submit. Your winner right there, Dean Malenko. That leg must have been close to breaking there. That was unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen that submission hold before. Well, this man, Dean Malenko, you got to look at. He doesn't have blonde hair. He doesn't have big fancy robes. He just goes out there and look at this. He just out-wrestles you. He just out-beats you. He knows how to beat you. And look at this. He rolls him over. Oh, that's what he did. He pulled that knee back on him. He's fixing to tear cartilage in that knee. And, brother, that hurt.
So what a big U.S. title match it'll be with Vader and the champion Hacksaw Jim Duggan coming up this Tuesday exclusively on pay-per-view on this Christmas Eve edition of WCW Saturday Night. We welcome the natural Justin Rhodes into action. And here's the young man, Bryan, as he makes his way in. Thousands make it millions of fans nationwide, worldwide for the natural Justin Rhodes. And, of course, he likes the youngsters. And Justin Rhodes, a young man who got this fan support naturally. Of course, he comes from a great wrestling family with his father, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. When you think about wrestling families, you think about the Rhodes family.
Whole family fights. You know, his younger sister beat him up the other day.
Oh, that's not true. As a matter of fact, he doesn't even live with his younger sister anymore, Bryan. Where do you get your information? Gary McAllister, the opponent in this matchup here on WCW Saturday night. But there's no doubt about it. Courage, strength, power, determination. the natural Dustin Rhodes. And what a match. We talk about it so much, but what a match he had with Vader at the Clash of the Champions in that one-on-one. Probably the best match that night at the Clash.
You know, I'm going to tell you something. I don't particularly care for the Rhodes family. I like to make fun of them, and I like to talk about Texas and the dust bowl it is. But he showed me something in that match with Vader. I thought Vader would just take him out 1, 2, 3, no more than 30 seconds, maybe a minute and a half. But he stayed with Vader. He gave Vader a fight. But he's still not real bright.
How do you know he's not real bright? I mean,
who's his dad? Who helped him with his homework? Where was he born? I'm sorry. I rest my case.
All right, McAllister, you're too much, Brain, even on Christmas Eve. Gary McAllister getting some blows in. Randy Anderson, the referee, reversal with the natural Dustin Rhodes to the great hip toss. Putting McAllister down. And the fans love the natural Dustin Rhodes regardless, Brandon, what you think. All right, let's talk for a second here about World Championship Wrestling. You know about this Tuesday and Starrcade, but let's talk about this Wednesday, December 28th. WCW comes to the Target Center in Minneapolis. That's right, tickets available at the Target Center box office. Of course, that's the home of the Timberwolves in the NBA. The Target Center box office and all Ticketmaster locations. Hulk Hogan, Sting, the natural Dustin Rhodes will be there as well. 7 tremendous matches on the card at the Target Center. And then on Thursday, December 29th, the Rosemont Horizon this Thursday. WCW as Dustin moves out of the way and rolls up McAllister. Got a 2 count. World Championship Wrestling in Chicago at the Rosemont Horizon. Thursday, December 29th. Tickets at the box office and all Ticketmaster locations. Hulk Hogan will be there. Butcher will be there, we understand. Avalanche, Stars and Stripes, Arn Anderson, many other top superstars this Thursday, Rosemont Horizon. WCW is on tour. Hulkamania is on tour all this coming week. And Dustin continues to pound away on the leg. You know, Dustin has to maybe look back and think back what has happened over the past couple of weeks, Brian, as he gets her in a penny predicament here and gets a 2 count. Now, what's happened with this guy now that we've seen for the first time ever in the ring, the Blacktop Bully? Here's a guy who's kind of odd. As a matter of fact, that man's got a pretty mean demeanor, I would say.
Well, that man's just loud and big.
Well, yeah, you're right. He is big. And he wants to get his hands on Dustin Rhodes. As a matter of fact, right now, Gary McAllister has his hands on Dustin Rhodes. Being quite effective as well. Listen to the fans chant Dustin's name. And the natural. Former World Tag Team Champ, former U.S. Heavyweight Champ. You know he's going to be watching Vader and Hacksaw Jim Duggan this Tuesday closely. Dustin over the top. Dustin with a clothesline. Boy, he is fast, Brain.
When you're that fast to know how to wrestle, you're dangerous. Look at his eyes. He's in control. He knows where he's at.
Well, you're not kidding. He's in control. A boot to the guts. And another one to the side of the head. Fans, next Saturday night, as you take a good look at the natural Dustin Rhodes, our year in review program, 2 hours of some of the highlights from 1994. Some of the big matches that happened right here on TBS. 6:05, New Year's Eve night. Dustin grabs the side headlock on. Determined youngster with a bulldog. The cover, Randy Anderson, count the 1, 2, 3. The natural Dustin Rhodes, and even though he lost to Vader at the Clash of the Champions, we understand, garnered a lot of respect from the big guy, and why not? The former champion trying to get back in the title hunt once again. It has to be looking at the Blacktop Bully over his shoulder as well. The natural Dustin Rhodes with a tremendous win here on WCW Saturday night. Still more to come, but Brain, I tell you, what a match this was for the natural Dustin Rhodes against a game youngster like McAllister.
I'll tell you what Dustin has going for him. He's got youth on his side. He knows so much right now at this young age, and he's constantly watching. He's constantly listening to his father. He'll be world champion someday.
I think you're right. Speaking of world champions, when we come back, world champion Hulk Hogan, he's had more than his share of problems with his former friend by the name of the Butcher. Stay with us on...
Looks like 2007 is going to be a wild ride. This has been the best of ECW 2006. He's Taz. I'm Joey
Styles. There you go.
Hey, thanks, Taz.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all right?
It says Michael Cole. And it's ticking.
the bricks, you jerk. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you what right now. My book, Christmas is over, right? Enough. Enough with the decorations, enough with the balls, enough with the garland, and the songs, and the carolers, and all the people, and the kids, and all that. Enough. It's over. So now I'm gonna bring a little Christmas, a little Taz Christmas, a little bit of my house to all of you. So you know what? Happy holidays, and this is how we take down the tree in Taz's house. Here we go, baby! Happy holidays!
Are the Bushwhackers going to have a good time in the Royal Rumble? You can bet. They have a good time, everyone.
I've never seen anybody have a good time like they do.
This guy's looking forward to the Royal Rumble as well.
Look at the eyes. Look at his eyes.
On Sunday afternoon, January 15th, from the Summit in Houston, big pay-per-view event, the first one of 1989.
The eyes tell it all. There's a very disturbed man in that body.
Only going to be able to handcuff perhaps one person. There'll be 29 others.
Hey, if you bring 15 pairs of handcuffs, you can get 30 guys.
Please, will you stop?
It's mathematics. You see, you divide it by, well, never mind.
Brain, you've been in enough battle royals over the years. I don't know how many Royal Rumbles you've been in, if any. I doubt
Never
it.
been in one.
No, I'm sure you haven't. I haven't either, but I know what it's like to be in there with that many people. And usually guys like this, guys like the big boss man, like Akeem, like Andre, they're the first guys out of there.
Sure, because everybody gangs up on them. They want them out of there.
Unfortunately, unfortunately for the big guys, it's the luck of the draw on this, and they won't be out there from the outset, so that could save somebody. There are so many possibilities in this type of a match that it's unreal.
You know, what if the last five coming down the aisle are the Powers of Pain, the Akeem, Andre, Bossman? What's going to take place?
Mayhem. Mayhem will take place. Akeem and this guy could do a number on a whole lot of people at one time. In fact, earlier on we had a chance to talk with a big Akeem, reborn again.
Yo, big boss man, this is brother Akeem talking to you, you know, about the Royal Rumble. The word has it, you take no friends and make no partners. When it comes down to me and you, brother, I guess you're going to be the loser of the Royal Rumble. You're looking at the winner.
Well, I think he might have got a little too close to the fire when they had that little shindig for him, and it singed his brain.
Well, I'll tell you something. There are no friends in this. Everybody's on their own. It could cause a lot of teams to split. This is something you got to see. Everybody that cares anything about professional wrestling has to see the Royal Rumble.
He put it on him. That patented move of his, it's over. Let's go up to Mike McGurk and get the official word.
Here is your winner, the Big Boss Man.
The eyes tell it all. I'm telling you, this man's disturbed.
Yeah, but don't forget in the Royal Rumble, Brain, it's over the top rope to be eliminated.
To the floor.
That's the way you put somebody out.
He's cuffing the guy twice here now.
This is something unusual. Usually he takes that left or right wrist and straps it to the top rope.
He's taking him home.
Come on, ref, where are you?
Oh, I like it.
This guy is dangerous. This guy is going to terminate a lot of careers in the sport of professional wrestling.
He's going to hurt somebody very,
whether
very
they like it
seriously
or not. Tried to do a number on the Hulkster. Didn't get the job done, did he? You were behind that some way, shape, or form.
Look at this. Look at this. David Heath is just hanging around.
Yeah, hanging around. You think that's funny, don't you? That could be one of the brainbusters just hanging around there as well. Let's go back and take a look.
Look at his foot to the face. Oh, he could have beat him right there.
What a move that was, and now a real decapitation.
Could have beat him right there. But he beat him
Imagine the impact coming down.
Remember what I said, check the eyes.
Dangerous person. Right now, let's take you to the World Wrestling Federation Event Center.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My guests are the manager of champions, better known as The Wiz, and the former Worldwide Wrestling Federation champion, Superstar, Billy Graham. I'll first go to you, Mr. Wiz, and see what you've got on your mind.
Well, Mr. Rogers, you yourself, having been a former double world's champion, can well understand the complaint that superstar Billy Graham has, and I would prefer that the uncrowned champion of the universe, Mr. Graham, tell it himself in his own words. Superstar?
Well, let's just say that Bobby Backlund, in my opinion, is the worst disgrace to be called a world champion that there's ever been in the history of professional wrestling. Bobby Backlund is the most disgraceful world champion because the mere fact is he stole the heavyweight championship of the world belt from me, superstar Billy Graham, and I am going to break his neck to get it back. That's plain and simple. I will break his neck. Bobby Backlund, listen to me. I will break your neck to get my belt back. You stole it from me, and if I have to, I'll steal it from you, too.
Well, I hate to be biased in any way, but I think that's a very, very debatable remark, Mr. Graham. And I do feel that Bobby Backlund can hold his own, and Bobby Backlund has been a great champion. You may not like him, but then again, you know, it's a matter of opinion. So, ladies and gentlemen, naturally we all have gripes, and Mr. Graham's entitled to his. So, we'll go back to ringside with live wrestling. Thank you.
Alrighty, there we have Pete Sanchez awaiting his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, who likes to enter the ring in his own unique style. And the unique style of one who travels in Learjets and travels in limousines and rides with fancy ladies. And there are a few individuals wealthy enough, some are wealthy enough, but few individuals flaunt it quite like the opponent of Pete Sanchez. We, of course, refer to Playboy Buddy Rose. We anxiously await the entourage of Mr. Rose. There's a look at him. Playboy Buddy Rose has his ladies, one on each arm. The Wizard leading the way. And Buddy Rose is no doubt a most unique individual, Pat.
He sure is, Vince. I'll tell you what, I was in a restaurant, and the waiter was telling me that a week prior to that, Buddy Rose was there, and Buddy Rose was eating spaghetti, and with his spaghetti, he demanded toast and jelly. That's the way he wants it. He wants what he wants, and he gets it.
Well, sort of a spoiled brat type individual.
Exactly.
You know, there's no doubt of that, but Mr. Rose can definitely wrestle with the best of them. Say what you will about his lifestyle, but as far as wrestling is concerned, he can go with the best of them. We'll have action as soon as Mr. Rose is ready.
Taking this commercial time out, this Tuesday night in Madison Square Garden, a lot of questions will be answered. For instance, can the magnificent Morocco wrest the Intercontinental title from Pedro Morales? Can Mr. Fuji and Mr. Saito take the tag team title from the Strongbow brothers in the Texas Death Match? Can Superfly Snuka avenge the pile drivers of Ray the Crippler Stevens? And can Superstar Graham do it to Bob Backlund? Will the lumberjack match be advantageous to him? And again, what of the presence of Swede Hansen as referee?
Look at this. Look at this. The ladies love it. You can tell by the look on their face. And Buddy Rose loves the attention that he gets. Sanchez, I would think, had just about enough of this.
Poor guy, he has to stay there and wait and go through all this.
Against the rope, and look at that. Sanchez messes up his golden locks. Buddy Rose will not appreciate that at all.
He is furious.
Oh, no.
Well, I guess he should be concerned. He has such a beautiful hairstyle.
Yes, it looks kind of like a haystack. Sanchez is a seasoned veteran. He knows what would upset a man like Buddy Rose, and Sanchez is going to attempt to be a bit opportunistic. You hear this?
Fat boy again.
Yes, Fat Boy. To the corner, Sanchez better watch it. Out in front, nice maneuver. Oh my, that hurts. Does it hurt, Mr. Rhodes? Uppercut by Sanchez. Face first to the buckle. And that pretty face is getting messed up a bit right now.
It sure is. The fans upset him so much when they call him Fat Boy that he really loses control. Boy, Sanchez is doing a number on him.
To the buckle. And Buddy Rose rolls to the outside, and the Grand Wizard consoling Buddy Rose. Look at the Wizard. He's really concerned.
What a weird-looking guy that guy is. Grand Wizard.
Yes.
But he has managed a couple of wrestlers to the championship.
They have another one here, and Buddy Rose, who knows? Buddy Rose is the type of individual that you can certainly underestimate quite easily. Slam to the canvas.
Look at him move. He really moves well.
Ah, ramming the knee to the forehead.
He knows what he's doing.
Here he comes again. Drops the knee. More to the side of the head. Covers Sanchez, and Sanchez, how about that? That really surprises me.
Really, Sanchez barely kicked out and getting up real slow.
To the rope now, Sanchez. Oh, elbow strikes him right on the butt of the jaw. That has to be all she wrote. No. Unbelievable. I don't think the Wizard can believe it.
The look of surprise on Buddy Rose. Look at this move, backslide.
Should have him here. No, he does not. Oh, coming alive. Pete Sanchez.
Look at Pete now. Let him go.
For the ride, Buddy Rose is in trouble. Look at that.
The fans are loving it.
So is Sanchez. Pete Sanchez. Whipping again, Buddy Rose. Gets him around to the backside. Moving in. Double kick by Rose, however. Drops the elbow. Buddy Rose slowing down a little bit. Setting up for another elbow drop. This is the defense. Fat boy, that's all you hear. Uh-oh, that could be it. Cover. Good to leg, and yes, sir. Playboy Buddy Rose victorious. Well, call him Fat Boy, call him a spoiled brat, call him what you will, but the Grand Wizard calls him successful. We take you now to what we saw earlier on, and in doing so, we shall let you know of the next event, headed up, the tag team combination of Eddie Gilbert and his tag team partner, the one and only World Wrestling Federation champion, Mr. Bob Backlund.
Don't worry, Billy. They can't see you. Just take your time and point out the one who was bad.
That's him, the one in the middle. He's the one who told me that cigarettes were good for you. He's the one who told me that all wrestlers are wimps. And he's the one who told me that there's no such thing as Santa Claus.
Hey, we know who's naughty and nice. Happy holidays from the World Wrestling Federation.
The U.S. champ again pops up Eddie Gilbert, and James Shea Dillon has the microphone.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's welcome the United States Heavyweight Champion and a man that's going to remain the champion for a long, long time. I present Barry Windham.
He's behind you, JJ. You think a little satire here? Maybe a little dig at Jim Cornette or even Paul E. Dangerously. It appears to be about as brazen as you can be. And James J. Dillon, you know, Tony, for a match that is this important here on national television, J.J. Dillon looks a little lighthearted. Now, we've heard about him being lightheaded a few times. Maybe he's been the eggnog. I don't know. But, you know, Eddie Gilbert is a great athlete. And J.J., certainly if J.J.'s attitude is lax, Barry Windham's attitude could be lax as well.
I would agree. It seems that James J. was approaching this, the intro that he's never done before. What in the world was he trying to do? Everything is tongue-in-cheek. He's walking around looking at us right now and is very, very nonchalant about what's going on in the ring. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert let us tell the fans we still have great action, including the Commandos, Al Perez. Much more still to come in our 2-hour program. Look at the expression on Barry Windham's face here. You know, we know that he has a massive challenge. A challenge that weighs about 400 pounds, as a matter of fact, this Monday night. But I'll tell you something. I am really impressed. After the season's beatings, the Clash of Champions, primetime special here on the Superstation, Eddie Gilbert's stock, I think, really rose. I know it rose in my opinion and in my mind. Well, as Ric Flair said in his interview, anybody knows anything about the sport knows he's a champion. The same people know that Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert is a superstar. You got another superstar with you, Jim. I certainly do. A big man that has the biggest match of his life Monday night.
Well, you know, it seems to me that J.J. Dillon and Barry Windham have a lot of stuffing in their stocking. It's not less than 48 hours. Windham, your title's going to be history because I'm going to take care of it with the nuclear splash.
I'll tell you what, he's a man of few words, and that nuclear splash, we know, and Windham knows exactly how devastating that is. Nice move there by Gilbert, but Windham, the bigger of the two, with a big football tackle using the ropes for momentum, and Windham has got he thinks this is a game, for goodness sake. Look at him smiling, jumping down on the floor, Jim. Well, J.J. Dillon, very festively dressed here, and at least he's in the Christmas spirit. He's got his green jacket on. There you see J.J. You know, maybe he's been out Christmas shopping this weekend. He just didn't take a lot of time to prepare Barry Windham for this match, but Eddie Gilbert came here to win. Eddie Gilbert came here to wrestle, one of the top athletes in the sport today. This match will continue. I understand we do have to take a break. Fans, it's going to be a great one. It continues right after this. Smile is still on Barry Windham's face as he locks up with Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Still a lot of confidence in there, although Gilbert, look at him. Talk about arrogance. Well, you're right. Overconfident, arrogant, pompous. Like we said, brazen. Yeah. Boastful. Gilbert, look at that right hand. Again and again. Great drop kick, great move by Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. I want to tell you something. How Windham could come into this match overconfident is beyond me. Gilbert is recognized as a superstar in wrestling. He was a superstar. I mean, he has been one for a long time. This kid, nice by Windham and Gilbert. Right up. Big right hand. Both these guys, second-generation wrestlers. Both of them started wrestling as teenagers. Both of them were rookies every year. How can Windham be overconfident? I think it's J.J. Dillon's fault. This is preparation. That's the manager's job. And Dillon, who had that real sheepish grin on his face earlier in the match, certainly is much more serious now. Well, you're right. You saw him with both fists clenched that time, trying to tell Barry to come on, and he nailed him right in the mouth. Any disrespect they had for Eddie Gilbert, I think, is quickly fading away as now Windham backs him in. Watch out. Windham with a right hand. We saw that one coming, but he had nowhere to go, and for a fourth time nails him in the chin. Windham really opening up now, and hot stuff Eddie Gilbert sends him for the ride. Gilbert takes him with a DDT. And JJ is very, very apprehensive now. I bet the veteran's blood pressure is really up there now. Notice Eddie Gilbert not backing off at all. Got him with the DDT. Windham went to his corner, and Eddie went right in after him. Gilbert is not intimidated by anyone. He blocked that move and nailed the United States champion with a big right hand. Miscalculation on the part of the champion, and there, moments ago, a cocky, confident champion now is trying to find which corner he's in and where he's at here in the studios. I think we could say Windham may be seeing visions of Sugar Plum dancing in his head and right hands. And JJ's he's a little concerned now. That's one way to get your opponent back in the ring. We also should say, you know, you're talking about how intelligent a wrestler Eddie Gilbert is. He did not go on the floor with Barry Windham. He did not jump down there with James J. Dillon is. And so many times when you go after a horseman on the floor, you end up flat up against a ring post. And it was a smart move to stay in the ring. Lateral press, but Windham kicks out. Gilbert didn't have the opportunity to grapevine the leg. And Windham now, not the aggressor. It is hot stuff Eddie Gilbert who is carrying the fight to the 6'6", 260-pound United States champion. Gilbert is walking straight ahead. He is the one on the offense, Jim. You're right. And that time we saw Barry Windham backpedaling. Eddie Gilbert has come in with, I think, very quiet confidence. He was very confident in what he had to do today, but he certainly wasn't telling the world about it like the Barry Windham was. I think the Fantastics will be the first to admit if Gilbert hadn't sustained an arm injury that we could have had certainly a different team as the United States Tag Team Champions. I'm speaking, of course, of Ron Simmons and hot stuff Eddie Gilbert. Gilbert did sustain that injury a few weeks ago, 17 days ago to be exact. He's back at 100%. Tell you, this match has been tremendous. We didn't realize the match would go this long. We do have the Commandos still to come, Al Perez still to come, standing by right here on the Superstation. Gilbert with a body slam on Barry Windham. Now hot stuff goes to the top. We're going to go high risk here. Taking a chance, and he nailed him. High cross body. And Windham barely kicks out. I think that was a surprise for Eddie Gilbert. I think Eddie realized or thought that he could really pin Barry Windham there. But it was one of those surprise, as you said, high-risk maneuvers that really caught the U.S. champion. And he got a 2 count without hooking the leg. Teddy Long exercising his count. Barry Windham steps back in. Barry Windham and hot stuff Eddie Gilbert. And a rake of the eyes. That's a drastic shortcut, but Gilbert shows great quickness and athletic ability. He's got Windham rolled up. Can he hold him? And he got a 2 count out of it. We got to take a break, fans. Don't you dare go away. More action continues on the Superstation. Barry Windham, the U.S. champ, on the offensive, regaining his composure. Maybe stunned at first. Really, fans across the country realizing the ability of Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert. And I know Barry Windham's taking it much more serious now. As a matter of fact, he's on a roll, Jim Ross. Windham is dead serious. And, of course, Gilbert has been that way since the opening bell. And look at Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert fight back at the United States champion. Two of the great young superstars in this sport. Two of the men that could control a lot of the big matches and the big main events here in the NWA for years to come. I know you and I would agree with that statement, Tony, but apparently J.J. Dillon didn't have that same high regard for Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, but I bet he would now. The mark of a superstar is not only being able to dish out the fight, but being able to continue to come back. And I tell you what, I know the world is impressed with Eddie Gilbert. I'm thinking that maybe there were 2 men that walked into this TV studio that weren't a couple of minutes ago.
Well, Tony Schiavone, I sent the U.S. champion into a match 48 hours before the toughest title defense since the time that he took the U.S. title, and maybe I might have slightly underestimated Eddie Gilbert. And for what I see here, this could well be a main event in any arena anywhere in the country, and it's a real test for Barry Windham, and I'm having some second thoughts at this point, but I have some tremendous confidence in the champion.
Well, as well he should. He is the U.S. champion, there's no doubt. But Eddie Gilbert continues not to go down. Look at him, holding himself up with one arm that time when a right hand nailed him in the forehead. Nobody in wrestling has more intestinal fortitude. Better termed as guts than hot stuff Eddie Gilbert. He's got it. Nice also suplex by Barry Windham. Windham is, I tell you what, he's throwing everything but the kitchen sink at hot stuff Eddie Gilbert, and he still can't pin him. He's really, as the cliche goes, turning up the heat. But look at Eddie. He gets nailed. He attempts to rise up every time. Notice he is continuing to move. Look at him. He's trying to get up again. He just will not stay down. Eddie Gilbert coming back to his knees. Windham, belly-to-belly suplex on hot stuff Eddie Gilbert. You talk about really turning loose with the offense, dropping the leg on the young challenger. Oh, he's out again. Eddie Gilbert. Hey, look at JJ. What else can we do? Another time. JJ in disbelief right now, but Gilbert back to his knees with a right hand. Gilbert fighting back with everything he has. This is the same desire, the same attitude that we saw as he fought through injury and through pain at season's beatings on December the 7th here on Superstation TBS. We're seeing that same fighting spirit come to the front right here in the television main event. Wyndham leveled him with a backhand shot that time, picks him up again. He is not finished with him. Second time, and I mean it really hit him in the head. But Gilbert is taken up again. Wyndham going for it all now, Jim. He may have caught him a little bit low with that lariat, but he caught him nonetheless. And JJ thinks it's all over. JJ thinks that Barry has done it right here and probably has. Lateral press counter. And Gilbert, he's got the left arm up. And Dillon is beside himself here. You talk about a frustrated man. Once again, overconfidence. Barry was showing us the sign of the Four Horsemen, as he usually does when the match is over. But it is not over. It is not over. Eddie Gilbert will not go down to stay. He is now on 2 knees. Gilbert just doesn't know the word quit. Once again, he goes for the ride. Wyndham kicks him right on the jaw, that drop kick. What an impressive United States champion. 6'6", 265 pounds. Got right in Gilbert's face on the drop kick, but he has not been able to put him away. This battle of two of the great young superstars in the sport. He ducked that first one, but Barry continues to hit away on the head, now on the chin. Eddie Gilbert just standing up, not going down. Wyndham tried a vertical suplex here, and he got it. Great execution right there from Barry Windham. Well, JJ thinks it's it now, but Wyndham's not finished. Barry Windham does not want to pin him here. Right to the forehead. JJ wanted a pin right there. He thought that Barry might have been able to pin him. He hasn't been able to come close yet. At every opportunity, hot stuff Eddie Gilbert has fought back against insurmountable odds in this one. And now Wyndham going to set him for that superplex. Gilbert fighting with all he can, but Gilbert has been hammered. He's tried the lariat. We know about the superplex. Gilbert certainly winded. And Barry Windham knows he has to nail him a couple times before he can get him over. Here we go with the superplex. Can he get him over? Look at him. He pushed him off. Gilbert blocked it, and he could barely hold himself up. As a matter of fact, he couldn't. But look at him fight back. You talk about that Tennessee volunteer fighting spirit. This kid has got it. He will not quit under any circumstance. And now the second win, our third win maybe, Eddie Gilbert has kicked in. And Gilbert is raging mad here, chasing the U.S. champ to a neutral corner and going right to the head, Jim. Wyndham reverses. Gilbert sends him for the ride. Hot stuff Eddie Gilbert tried a Theus press, and he got right into the claw. Fell right into the claw of Barry Windham. Gilbert trying to fight out of it, crawling up the ropes, but Wyndham still holds on with the claw. What tremendous tenacity and strength that Wyndham has. That right hand, the claw is a lethal weapon. Gilbert. As you take a very good look at Eddie Gilbert now as Teddy Long checks in. And the fans chanting behind Eddie Gilbert. JJ certainly still itchy because Gilbert's coming back up. Eddie Gilbert standing up and going right to the midsection. Nobody, we have not seen anybody that could come back. Oh, J.J. Dillon just kneed Gilbert right in the kidney area. Inside cradle. J.J. Dillon, he kneed Gilbert right in the back. This is horrible. It was James J. Dillon with the knee. That was the turning point that gave Barry Windham that win. You see a very disheartened Eddie Gilbert. He fought him right to the limit, and it was a knee from J.J. Dillon right there. Right there. That gave Barry Windham the win. And there it is. Jim Ross, there with you. All right, J.J., the videotape doesn't lie. You interfered in that match. What? Yes, you interfered in the match.
I have a right to protect myself. What are you talking about?
What were you doing in the apron? You had no business on the apron.
Punches that...
No, wait just a minute. You respect after you out of the way now. No, you can't beat me. Hey, you just scum over here to beat me. You can't beat Mr. U.S. Champion. You can't beat me by yourself. Do yourself a favor, little man, and take a hike.
Hey, wait, come on, guys. We're double teaming again. It was Dillon that was involved.